Land your plane, land your plane, land your plane, land your plane.
Welcome. Thank you for boarding with Land Your Plane podcast. I'm your pilot instructor, Della Nucci. You are on flight 52. Yeah, I didn't switch it. First time flyers, welcome. Thank you for checking me out, man. Stay for a little bit, relax. If you like the conversation, you like what we got going on, like the video, share it, subscribe. So you stay notified. Hit that notification button too, so you can stay notified for the next time we take off. You dig? Flight family, welcome back, man. You already know it's goody.
Welcome.
And you know I'm here with my flight attendants. Introduce yourselves.
Hey, I'm Reese Mula. That's my new name now.
I'm 34 and a half and your favorite cousin from my aunt's hill you ain't even know you had.
Let's do it. Welcome. Welcome, y'all, man. How y'all feeling out there? Y'all all right?
Bless, man.
Yes.
Great. Good energy, man. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. No complaints over here. Well, we're going to take a trip to Mississippi and my crooked letter I, crooked letter, humpback I. But before we go there, we're going to stop at Reese. What you got for us?
So, a question that came up in discussion today at work was, can a relationship actually become deeper and more resilient after surviving a major betrayal?
Okay. Good question. Dirt, take off.
Can a relationship become deep after surviving betrayal? I think, yeah. It depends on how the person responds to the betrayal. I feel like in my mind, I think it's a chance to maybe get to know the person deeper and what led to the person's actions in the first place. And I think that anytime you know somebody deeper, that can lead to, a deeper understanding of who that person is, which to me can deepen the love for that person. So maybe that person, they could explain what led to that betrayal, such as change of mindset, change of thought, change of wants. And to me, if you are now, I don't want to say willing to adapt, but willing to act on those new desires that this person may be feeling that led to that betrayal, to me, I feel like, yeah, that would bring you two closer, because once betrayal's already happened, yeah, something happened, something bad happened. All right, what is our? It's almost like a fire. It's like, can you grow close after a fire? Why not? You know what I mean? I think the problem is that people, again, don't accept people or are not willing to accept people for their faults and are not willing to try to understand why those flaws might exist. So I think that it's all about the person who you betrayed and their willingness to now use that at what they're going to use that for. They're going to use it as ammo to drag you, to bring you down, or are they going to use it as something to bring you closer? I think that's what it's going to come down to. How they're going to use it. What are they going to use this ammo to do? Are they going to use it to shoot you or to knock walls down? You get what I'm saying though? It's like, because it's like, yeah, all right, you did this. Now I think it will take the person who did it to now express some level of vulnerability and explain if they even know why they did what they did. You know what I mean? Do you know why you did that? Well, why'd you do that? Okay. all right, now that I know, not like in a evil way, but in a way of why did you do that? And then it's, hey, and then all right, well, you did it because of that. Well, why don't we do this? Or why don't we do that? Why don't we do this? Why don't we do that? There's always options. So, well, can it happen? Yes. Do I think that it's going to happen often? Possibly not, because people are always so worried about, oh, this makes me look stupid. I hate that catchphrase. You know what I mean? Because really, essentially, unless you're telling people your business, how would somebody even know you looking stupid? You know what I mean? How would they even know what's going on over here? Maybe they might have seen something that might not, but how do they know? So it's like, so it's like people say, so it's all up, like I said, I think it's about those two people and their want of each other and how they're gonna make this moment. What are they gonna use this moment for? Is it to learn each other deeper, pause, or is it to now separate or push away from each other or demonize each other or berate each other? Oh, if a girl cheats on the guy, now every time she's a hoe in his head, you know what I mean? Or is he gonna want to know, well, what made you do that? If, like I said, I think the key would be the person really seeking the information of why, and then that person being able to hopefully explain why. And then an acceptance moment, and right there. Well, why did you do that? Oh, well, you know, I didn't feel like you was giving me enough, whatever. Or I didn't, um, I always wanted to do that. I like doing that. That's what I'm into. Oh, really? All right. Then that couple could now maybe be swingers or whatever. They can jump into that. If they're doing that together and they're now still together and they're growing in that way, then to me to say they're not deep in their relationship, that would be, to me, just my opinion. You know what I mean? Or if the person, if the person spent money they wasn't supposed to spend, why'd you spend that money? Oh, I have money issues. Now, if they start working on that money issue, then that can make them deeper. So whatever the issue is, I think it's the willingness to work on it and try to grow and maybe and put in place things to make that not happen again. And I'll end with that.
Respectfully. I agree with the part when you said that they're not recognizing the or accepting of that behavior. Accepting, because you want to say, the question was about betrayal. Betrayal is something like a breach of your security, your safety, right? Somebody that you would feel, they broke the trust type shit. So, and one of those things you do is freeze, fight, or flight. So, I think it's them not accepting. Hold on one second. I think somebody trying to tap in. I think they're not accepting. Send the link to Aunt Didi. She said it's not working.
Okay.
I think it's them not accepting of one another's behavior, because, like you said, out of that will become trust issues. But before that, if a person does what he does and you're not familiar with that, or this is probably the first couple times, if it's happened a couple times where it became a pattern, then yeah, then obviously these different experiences are either you're growing apart or growing together through these experiences. So to me, it can create a deeper, better connection. However, is these people, I think, trying to navigate through what they're going through. And really, I think it comes from, like, what is it, like, not pointing the finger, but when you something that's like that, you're not hating on them for doing it. However, you criticize and critique them without, you feel me, critiquing yourself that hard type shit. So I would say that you putting out a certain type of energy that you yourself hasn't even, you feel me, looked over or checked over yourself. So through, I would say through whatever you deem or whatever you feel like is betrayal to you, you have to, I would say, deeper. You got to do a deeper dive on yourself than to really actually say that, all right, I've been betrayed, versus if it's happened in a pattern. I would think, to me, because I agree with the point when, like I said, you're not accepting of it. If it happened and you're not familiar with it, and first couple of times, or if not growing up with this person and becoming friends, it, like you said, and that too, I would think time does count.
Hey,
Hey,
D,
Auntie, what's
what's
up?
up?
ain't nothing. How are you?
Cooler, cooler.
Bless.
Just
I
had
just
to.
landed. You could pop in. Reese just asked a question. Go ahead, Reese. What was your question?
Hi, Auntie. My thing was frozen. I couldn't even see her.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to get back there. Go ahead.
I was
The
I can't
I'm
see
question
it either.
getting in the car.
the question was, can a relationship actually become deeper and more resilient after surviving a major betrayal?
I mean, it can, but it requires work. And the type of work that it requires, unfortunately, most people aren't willing to do. But yes, a lot of marriages stayed together 40 and 50 years because they was willing to put the work in to fix it. So our grandparents and parents that died together and was together for that length of time, it wasn't because there was no betrayals. It was because they was willing to put the work in to fix it after the betrayal. So it really just depends on how bad a person actually, is sorry for what they did. Because when you're really truly sorry, you're willing to put the work in, to make it right. You're not just gonna go, I'm sorry, that's it. No, you got to deal with the person not trusting you. You got to deal with the accountability. You got to deal with it for as long as you need to, for her to feel or him to feel secure again.
Respectfully. Um, what's your take on it, Reese?
I'm gonna say yes. I think that a big point of it is that it forces people to address things that they've been avoiding or have avoided, and why it actually occurred in the first place. So I agree with Aunt Didi that it takes a lot of work to overcome whatever the scenario may have been, and just being honest about the reasonings of why and what you're wanting or whatever, because betrayal comes on so many different levels. Um,
Hmm.
so I do agree, everybody automatically thinks like just cheating, but there's so many different levels of betrayal. And I think that if you address the issues and you're willing to put the work in, that you can become a lot stronger. Maybe your relationship will be the best it's ever been ever. Because you're learning
Yeah,
that person.
yeah, I agree. And then you can also find out your deficits. The reason, most of the time, most, not all, but most of the time, if a person did do something, step out or whatever, it was some sort of lack or some deficit in the relationship that they look for somewhere else. So now, once it comes out, now you know what the deficit is. It might have been something they wasn't able to convey to you before, didn't want to hurt your feelings, or had conveyed and you wasn't listening. It may make you, one of those "Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?" moments. But I have a better question. Not better. I don't mean better. I'm in a different question. But I say better in the sense that a question that most people don't answer or even think about. What do you think about a person who, or a couple, a relationship where the person has given his absolute all or her absolute all, but it's simply not good enough for the other. Do the other person do you feel that the other person is forced to stay because they know the person's giving them they all? Should they settle? Or is it okay to say, hey, sweetie, I appreciate you giving me your best, but unfortunately it's not good enough? And what
I was
obligation do you have to a person when it's just not good enough? You're just not satisfied. You're just not happy, even though you know they may have been doing all the right things to their capacity.
I would say at that point that you would just need to face the truth of that person is not maybe the person that you need to be with and walk away. Because everybody deserves to be happy and everybody deserves to feel loved and appreciated for everything. So I feel like if you're just staying because that person is doing things, but you're not truly satisfied, you're not only hurting
Mhm.
yourself, but you're also hurting the other person.
What about from the male perspective?
I would say first, I would love to the chance to identify hopefully why you're not satisfied. Why is that not satisfying?
Maybe because
I'm not
I want
asking,
to climb to higher heights. Yeah, the
not the
person want to
yeah.
climb to higher heights. Yeah, they want something more than what she's capable of giving.
So
She do all the traditional stuff. She cooks, she cleans, she works, she pay bills, she take care of the kids. She F on demand, but it's just not satisfying to the other person.
and I'm just like to me like I feel like that we are people who don't always we're like some people are never satisfied. You get what I mean? And I
Hmm.
think that's very something to look at. I think that's like a very vital thing to look at. Like if this person is doing a lot of stuff that I want, like no offense, but I don't care about the fucking kids. Like that's good that you're doing that. You know what I mean? But are they
Hmm.
doing the stuff that I want them to do? And are they doing it to the best of their ability? And is the best of their ability something they can improve on? You know what I mean? Because she
Well,
could you
I
do?
just
I'm not just giving. I'm
I
giving. I'm just my bad. I'm not trying to. Yeah.
no no
But
no no
that's
no 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 no. I'm listening to you, but I just know so many people that get roped into relationships and stay dissatisfied because they know the other person is a good person doing the best that they can, but it's still not good enough for them for whatever reason.
I
Doesn't
mean
even matter what the reason is. Should they stay?
I should they stay? I don't know if they. I think if you never going, if you feel like that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm. If you feel like this person can never make you happy, then no. You feel me? But if if you think that if there's other pieces of it that can be a factor, I would think those things have importance too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, is there room for improvement? Is there those type of things? Because then that's like, do I like, all right, she rubs my feet, but she's not the best masseuse. She's rubbing to the best of her thing. All right, let's get a massage class. You know, let's get a class on how to massage. Is she willing to take the massage class to be a better masseuse for my feet? You know what I'm saying? Like I think those are the things I think that would be to me the definite thing of whether I would think to leave or not is the person's willingness to do more or better. Or ability, I guess, too, to even do more or better. Because I guess if she, like I said, the feet massaging thing, if she took the class and still massaged my feet exactly the same, then like, then that to me would mean that damn, she can't get better. You know what I mean? So then I would say all right, then this might be something we have to end. We can't. This relationship is not going to work.
She probably broke up where she driving through. She was gonna pull back up.
I know,
Um,
yeah.
what was I didn't really hear a question. I'm doing all type of stuff trying to get
The
people.
question was if people are not satisfied in a relationship by a person who is doing
Oh, what should they do?
the best they could do, should they leave or should they stay because of the person being a good person and doing the best they could do?
Yeah, you should be by your guy. You should be by your damn self at this point. if a person, yeah,
I was
it's
driving,
gonna
so it kicked me off. I must have hit a dead spot. But what happened?
be. He just asked the question, and I said, at this point, you should be by your damn self, because if it got to this point to where nothing can make you happy, he or she or your life now, nothing's making you happy, and it's just not enough, then yeah, you need to be by yourself and go figure yourself out, because there's some intrinsic work that you need to deal with so it can make you accepting of people, places, and things. You feel me? There's a lot of stuff going on, I think, with you. However, and when you do
Uh-huh.
all figure that out and you come to your senses, you will realize then those moments, a lot of those moments you took it for advantage. You feel me? Or took for granted.
Well, I
Okay.
think that's typically the mindset, me personally, but I think that there are just some people that's not compatible. I think there's a lot of relationships where the two people are simply not compatible. And it's not that she's not doing everything, or he, that they're not doing everything that they're capable of doing, but it's the lack of compatibility that makes it not enough. And because they're doing the world, society says if you got a woman who work, cook, clean, take care of you, she faithful, you should be happy. But what if I'm not happy with her? What if we're just not compatible? Maybe it don't even have to be anything she's doing wrong. She's just not doing the things I like, I want, I need, and I want it to be something that she's capable of doing on her own, not something I gotta coax her to do, convince her to do, force her to do. She just naturally knows what to do because we're compatible.
Respectfully, but marriage is not a marriage and relationships. Like you said, people back in the that did it 40, 50 years, even with the betrayal, they put in work. So we understand that from a marriage point of view, that it's work. The whole marriage ain't about love. It ain't about happiness. It's about the work, and the happiness comes along the way. Those are little, moments that y'all share. You feel me? Hope it's sacred to y'all that y'all take to the grave. But that's not what it's all about. You feel me? So he or she being not, like I said, happy with just like even compatibility. Yes, people grow apart, but then that's them not realizing that things are cycles. You feel me? Y'all are not going to be the same people in winter that you're going to be in spring or summer.
Well,
People change, grow, and add on and stuff like that. So I mean, from my perspective.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I agree. I agree with a lot what Mega's saying. I think that to me that I think that we get like stuck in these movies of this automatic compatibility. Like you automatically meet the person and they know how much
Come
sugar to
on,
put
man.
in your tea, huh?
That's how you put it. Oh, my bad. Shout out to West Virginia. I'm my bad. I thought that was one of them streaming bots. Like,
No, it
it's
was
mad
relevant.
small. I
It
can't
was
see the shit.
relevant. It was relevant to the conversation. That's how I knew it was a person.
No,
You know what I mean?
respectfully.
So
Shout out
yeah,
to West Virginia. Wolf. Sometimes it matter of basic chemistry, and it's not there. It's not there if you're attached to her. You'll like most likely most of what she does.
I
Sorry
think
if
that's
I
attracted. I think that's attracted to her.
yeah, my bad. Can't see it. That shit is
mm-mm.
really
Now I know
is
you're fake. I would have read it if you need me to. I'll read yours if you want me to. I know you. You know.
respectfully. Got you. Appreciate it. But go ahead, finish your thought.
No, what I was thinking, I'm just saying, I think that we, like you were saying, when it does take work and all of that, I think that, I think that because, like, even when you're naturally compatible to a person, that person's growing. You know what I mean? And you're growing, so you can lose some compatibility through that growth. And I think that
Mm-hmm.
what's going to make a relationship last would be some level of working. And I get the idea, like we don't like to tell, because I'm like that too. I don't want to tell you a million times exactly what I want you to do or how I want you to wash the dishes a certain way. I don't want to keep doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
However,
at the beginning and the end of the day, who the fuck is you?
no, but I'm just giving an example.
I'm just saying to be want to be not just you. I know who you is. I'm just saying
You don't know me?
to be demanding all of this shit. Like who the fuck am I?
No, but like no, because that could really make me sad because essentially I want the dishes
Yeah,
dried.
but I'm
You know, I don't just want them washed. I want them dried and put away, and that could be ruining my fucking day every time I come in there and see these dishes just sitting there drying. Bitch, I told you how I like the dishes, but I think that's the work. You know what I mean? Like hey. I'm willing to understand this is how you dry the dishes, but still, like I said, if I come back again and see that, it can be a headache. But I feel like, yeah, I do get like at some point, if you're never going to be, if you can't, to me, my happiness is not based on my relationship. I'm happy in my relationship at moments. However,
right.
I'm happy in life, and I think that's something to even look at. If you're telling me like. If I think is going to be parallel. If you're not happy in life, it's going to make sense why you're possibly not happy in your relationship. So that's what I think, and I agree with Neutral saying where it's a very internal thing to think.
I think what happens is people don't know themselves enough to know if they're happy or not. But what I do think is that they get caught in the infatuation stage of the relationship, the nostalgia, the fantasy, and then before you know it, you're in this full-fledged relationship. And now the reality stage hits, and there's a whole bunch of stuff that you don't like or that you're not compatible with. But you've already invested this year. You've already invested this time. You've already invested the money. And you're like, well, I don't want to start over. So you settle, whether you mentally do it or not. But what winds up happening is the resentment slowly builds over time. And now it's toxic. When really, you're just not, her best wasn't good enough. His best wasn't good enough. And instead of just sparing, like what Reese said, walking away and allow them to find somebody who was good enough for, you stay. And y'all both wind up miserable as a result.
Respectfully, can I add? I'm gonna add this to scenario and add a question. Have they went through like a serious surgery or illness to where it would require way more than love for them to stick together in that scenario?
I can speak now. If I'm speaking specifically for people that I know, I would say that those type of scenarios will bring about what's called obligation, and where
Okay.
people stay now because they feel too guilty to leave you at your time of whatever. But that has
Gotcha.
very little to do with love. They still don't
Gotcha.
love you. They just obligated to you now. Because I know I'm going to look like a fucked up person. He just had a car accident. He's in a coma. If I fucking walk away now, and people going to say, oh, that's fucked up. So now I'm obligated to stay.
Gotcha.
Now I'm wondering if that's why Reese's with me. I was in that car accident. I wonder if that's why she's still
Oh my god.
Hey yo, hey.
Aha! But did you have one of them aha moments? Aha!
Yeah.
Listen.
Hold on. I was in a car accident.
Wait. I wanna get on what Auntie was just saying about the fact that a motherfucker can get in a car accident, get a coma. Do I gotta stay? No, that motherfucker been treating you bad all your goddamn life. This is the best time to run. Get out of there while you can. Listen, and no holds bar. Run as fast as you can.
Especially if they break their leg falling down the stairs. You don't want to be with a nigga like that.
Well, I know a lot of women would not leave.
Why would you?
Because
That's how we doing
other
it.
People
That's how we doing it. Okay, good. I got some words for you too, because Mega just finished talking about who the fuck is you. You right. So what? The dishes ain't clean. Listen, if she washed the dishes, nigga, They air drying.
Right. No, if she
Fuck
washed,
you
you
talking
supposed to
about?
be drying. Shit.
Shit.
If
Fuck
I
you talking
wash,
about?
you drying. If I cook, you
Exactly.
washing
Teamwork,
and
nigga.
drying.
Fuck out of here.
Teamwork
You
makes
bet
the
Reese.
dream work.
Reese, blink twice if you're in danger.
We live, Nisi. We live. It's an opportunity.
This is the
Don't let
best
it
time
slip
right
by.
now. Right now. Listen, we can save you right at this moment. This is the only chance. The world is watching. The
We
world
could do an intervention on them right here, right now.
right now. We got you.
Heavy.
Was
That's
you
heavy.
you about to jump out on something, Chef? Welcome.
Yeah, what's going on? Cause
He can't jump out on nothing. He's not able to do that.
Pop out, jump
yeah,
out, man. You know what it
that's all
is.
right. You can keep shooting. You can keep shooting. You want to keep going? Do you want to keep going? I'm loaded. I am loaded.
Right.
You hear me?
You
Oh,
came
Full
on here
clip.
shooting at me. You came shooting at me.
Yeah. I would
Now,
no. I was.
do you need the question again?
Yeah, give it to me again. Let me see what you're talking about. Yeah.
Go ahead, Andy.
No, I had to ask him, was his leg messed up or something? Because I'm trying to make sure I can get in the pun on words.
Yeah, that's what basically. What was the question?
No, I do think for me
Breaking
is
up.
you owe anybody your life? Like, who do you owe your whole life to? Who who do you owe your whole life to because they're a good person? Does that entitle them to your life of dedication because they're a good person? You could be a good person too. I just think people
I
get
mean,
roped
it
into
depends.
it, and I see a lot of people not living their best life.
There's a lot of people. Listen, there's a lot of people, like you say, that are feeling like because they've been in. I was in a situation where I was in a long relationship, right? And because I was in that relationship, I was willing to ride it out because it's like, okay, fuck her, but I got a kid and I want to make it work. But then you realize how unhappy you are. You can be happy with your child. You don't have to be with her to be happy because obviously together as a group, it's not working. So when you find that strength in yourself to kind of separate yourself from that situation, life actually, plays out the way it's supposed to. And that's what it did for me. So,
Mm-hmm.
no, you don't have to be. Remove yourself as fast as possible if you have the strength.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Or the financial stability. Don't forget that part. Because that's another reason a lot of people stay down.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So that's a driving factor a lot of times. Or nobody wants to lose.
I think that it also become a thing of where sometimes your unhappiness can make you feel childish. The things you may be unhappy about is like nobody gets everything they want. That's just life. That's a part of life. So where you might feel like things are missing, you might have to you might feel like you're doing an inventory of, is this a grown-up thing to be mad about? Is this a realistic thing to be mad about? So even if you're not happy about not having it, you might feel like, you know what, that's just me being childish and I need to grow up. You get what I'm saying though? So you might not want, so you might not feel like that person is to really blame, even though that could be a shortcoming they displaying. That could be leading to your unhappiness. You feel like your unhappiness is also due to your own shortcoming of possibly not being mature enough to realize that that's not something you should be trying to get somebody to do.
Yeah, not
I
everything.
hate the 80-20 rule. I hate the 80-20 rule because people say it like, oh, people give up 80% for 20%. But what if the 20% is the only thing you care about?
That sounds immature.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Why?
Why? Because what are you holding on? First of all, a little bit
maybe
of 20%.
Maybe the other 80% you could do for yourself. You don't need anybody to do that for you. It's only the 20% that this woman possesses that's important to you. The 80% this other woman possess, it's cool for somebody else who need it, but I don't need all that. I need that 20%.
So the little things is what you're saying is
Why?
what's important.
Well, the 20% don't necessarily have to be a little thing. So say for example,
I
the
mean, the
80% is
20%
she faithful, she loyal.
the
It doesn't
20%
necessarily
is
have to be the little things. It's a big thing if it's the only thing I need.
Well, then
that's true. So
I don't think,
but that makes sense. But hold on, that would make sense to me. The little things are what's important because a lot of people overlook little things like it ain't a big thing, but the little things is what counts to make things like you didn't have to do that. I mean, you know what I mean? That was important. All the big stuff that actually is important, like hey, paying the bills is not such a little thing. Let's get food in the house is just not such a big thing. Those are necessary needs. Those are things you need. But the little things in the relationship that keep you going and buzzing and actually respecting one another,
Mm-hmm.
those are in
Mm-hmm.
fucking important. The little fucking things are important. Those are the things that get forgotten in a relationship.
I agree,
Feel
but
me?
what I'm saying is something even deeper than that. Suppose I cook, I can wash my own clothes. I can. You faithful, wonderful. I'm faithful too. You this, I'm fine. That's fine. But what I really need is a secretary for my company, a go getter, a person that can bring my company from zero to Zoom and have me catapult me and them in a nice situation. So now she don't cook, she don't clean, she might or might not even be faithful. But at this stage in my life, that's all I actually need her to do. The rest of that shit, I ain't even home to eat. I'm not even home to worry about clean clothes. All my shit go to the cleaners anyway. So all I'm saying is you have to be really clear who you are, what you need, and don't get roped into what society says you should be looking for. If none of that
Oh
stuff is
yeah,
important to you.
yeah, for sure.
So
I mean, I agree with that. Of
so
course.
pound for pound, they might say, "Oh, she's the better woman. Pick her. She's the better woman for them. She might not be the
Right.
better woman for you because all that shit she do equates to nothing if she can't do the very thing that you need."
That's a good goddamn point. There's a lot of hard headed women out there. I'll tell you that.
But you understand. But you get what I'm saying. Like
I,
we
No,
I
I
gotta
do.
get it.
stop.
I get it.
I do, Auntie,
Yeah.
but I would think that when you're thinking about importance of something, I don't. I like the eight. I heard the 80 and 20 thing, but I feel like it may be being misratio. I don't think you can count things that have no importance to you as the 80. I don't think I
Okay.
can do that
I'll take that. I'll take that.
because to me,
That's a good point.
because if like the 80 would have to be things that do mean something to me. It would have to
Yeah,
be things that I actually find valid that to even add to the list. It's like when I said before, to some extent, I want you to be a parent to our kids because we got kids or whatever, but that's not the most important part of a relationship to me, whether you're being a parent or not. You know what I mean? So that
Okay,
wouldn't be
so
no, it's not. I just don't. That's something that my mother was a parent without a nigga. God rest her soul. So to me, that's something you have to do. You have to be a parent. That's not something that
right.
you're doing for me. You're doing that for the kid. The kid needs a parent. I don't need a parent in this relationship. That's something that,
Well,
yeah, I benefit from it, but no, but in a sense, it's for the kid. That's who needs you to be a parent.
and that's a primary point that I make in terms of society will determine what a good woman is, and we bought into it. We buy into that scenario of what a good woman would look like. But at the end of the day, that don't make her a good woman to you if the things that she provided are not things that you need or value.
No, and I agree. I believe me. I said that a million times. I talked about how if you met a girl who could crochet, it might seem like a valuable thing to a person who likes to wear crochet items or articles. But if you don't want to wear a crochet hat and no crochet gloves, that it don't mean nothing. It's like, well, good, you can crochet. Shout out to you. You know what I mean? That's not
Right.
helpful to me. It's not good to me. I don't want to wear that. So I agree with that
hold
a
on, hold
They
on,
thousand and
playing
hold
one
on,
percent.
spades tonight, right? They
hold
playing
on.
spades tonight?
On
Yeah.
topic, but off topic, but on topic. It is good for you because not too long ago, a couple episodes, you had a crochet hat. It was a blue one and it had white on it. And I just want to point that out. Yeah. You remember that, right? Because we got everything on, you know what I mean?
Now we
Did
got
you
to
not
record
have
it.
one?
I did have. I got it.
Yeah, get it. Just show everybody. I want them. There it goes.
Jim,
That's
Jim,
it.
welcome.
Oh
Yeah.
man, now see me. That would be if I could find me a dude that crochet. We could start a whole business. My business line. I'm gonna show him how to take that shit to the next level. What's
Yeah.
up with the crochet guy?
I bought that.
Yeah.
The lady who did that works at the hospital, UK. She worked behind the counter. She sell the hats for $5. I bought that from her. I think she crocheted it. But yeah,
Oh, that's what's up.
yeah, I was yeah, it
Yeah.
was I went to
Yeah.
Well,
How much is yarn?
tonight is my spades night.
oh
So we
man.
have in Charlotte we have a spades club. So
Yeah.
on different nights of the week we go to different clubs, and
Okay.
they allow us to play spades in there.
I hope you beat
And
them. Beat their ass. Beat
Yeah,
them, Auntie.
word. Shout out
We
to
got to
you.
get you back though. We always love having you here, Auntie. Thank you for the conversation and thank
Exactly.
you for the energy,
And
man.
so we come in and we play spades and have a good time. Give me
Okay.
something to do. But I
Well,
love
next,
y'all.
love you
Good to
too,
Love
talk
Auntie.
to
you.
you.
Love is love.
Love you,
All
Auntie.
right.
Love you.
All right.
Love.
Peace.
Peace. Peace. Yeah.
Hello.
Let me take it. Get it down.
Yeah, remove her.
Oh yeah, thank you,
The
Bless.
Dirt, you had
Yeah.
a question for us. Let's go to you. What you got for us?
Damn, what was this? Damn, you don't remember it, right? We said it offline.
It was what you would tell what was topic about.
Oh yeah, you damn right. Why do women think that men don't have some of the same dangers they have when meeting a new person? Because I was talking to my friend Tim, shout out to her, talking to her, and she was saying she can't meet a person because she's afraid to get kidnapped and raped. And I said, well, I could get fucking if I met a new person, I can get set up and unalived. You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean? It's always danger. Meeting new people have dangers. That's part of meeting new people. So why do women feel like men don't have dangers when meeting new people? And then they do.
Oh, I realized little homie's here. That's what she was trying to say. I didn't even see. I hear his voice now. I didn't even see him.
Who?
No. I just going on.
You got it. My bad. Thank you. So I guess we should hear from Reese first because she's a girl or whatever.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
Yes, sir. Reese, jump out.
I'm not gonna speak for all women myself. I don't think that anybody's safe when they meet new people. I don't think that a man's more in danger or a woman's more in danger. What I will say is that society broadcasts more of women being raped or being hurt meeting people than men are. Their stories are never really heard. So I think that it's more of a society thing where it's not being broadcasted about men. So it's a natural thing that people think that just women are in danger when they're meeting new people. But let's be realistically, we live in a society of online. So a lot of people meet people online. Some people meet people, and I mean, I could walk outside to go to the gas station and not even intentionally meet anybody and get kidnapped or raped. So it's not even about just meeting somebody. What I will also say is that women are not as strong as men. So it sometimes is easier for a man to take advantage of a woman because she's not as strong as a man. So a man has a better opportunity of defending himself in a situation where somebody's trying to kidnap him or rape him, and hopefully it's not another man, but hey.
That's what it be. That's what they do. The girls use their beauty to get you there, and then once you get there, next thing you know, put your hands up. That's what you got. Some of them got their pants. They wait till you get your pants off. As soon as your pants is off, they coming through the door. It's a setup.
You're absolutely right, and that to me is more realistic. Is a man being set up by a woman than a man walking down the street and getting kidnapped. But I think that it all stems back to what is shown and what is broadcasted is majority of women being the victim versus a man. So I don't think that it's a woman's perspective that they're the only ones that can get hurt. I think that it's what people are being shown. So if I'm shown the same thing every day, I'm going to start thinking that is the truth. You have to just be knowledgeable of the world that we live in. If you go on a sex offenders app right now, you're going to see men and women. You're not going to just see one or the other. And what you don't see a lot of, and which is crazy, is that there's more women teachers that take advantage or have relationships with students than there is male teachers. But it's not broadcasted. Huh?
Yeah, them teachers wasn't around when I was doing, you know. It wasn't. Where was they at?
They was with the regular. They was with the regular people. They don't go to the special ed classes.
Yeah, I ain't never been in special ed day in my life, nigga.
Oh, you cut school?
Nigga, I ain't never been day. I ain't never been in special ed, nigga.
So I feel like that's what it boils down to.
Been in there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
I'm a special ed representative. I was there.
Who, you? You know what? I knew you was kind of slow, and I've been trying to give you the benefit of the fucking doubt, nigga. I knew it. You know
the funniest thing about special ed is that they'll put you in special ed if you have behavioral issues. Yeah, you could be the smartest person, but then you're being put in special ed because of a behavioral issue.
That's why they put Reese in there, because of the behavior issues.
Well, first of all, I was never in fucking special education, so let's put that out there right now. I graduated with a 4.0 in college. Thank you.
Oh man, that's special.
So let's get down. Really, who was in the special ed, sir? It was not the Italian person.
Did you land, Ritzy?
Well, I was talking till I was rudely interrupted by somebody who has got a broken motherfucking leg.
All right, come on, fellas. Respect the speaker.
Yo, god damn. My shit ain't fucking broke anymore, nigga.
Hey. All right, half broken, okay?
Hey.
Hey. That's what we all say. But no, I think that that's really what it boils down to, is that what you're being shown. I don't think that, and I think that's why people have that thought or that ideology, is because we're shown that women are the victims majority of the time, and the men's cases, and men don't report as much as women do because they feel weak or emotional or whatever they want to say. So it's never like, if you do the statistics on all the men that are raped or the women that are raped, you're going to have probably more women that are reporting it versus a man. So I think that that's where it comes from. I wouldn't necessarily say that, and I'm not, again, there's probably women that do think that only women can get in danger, but I think majority is what you're showing and what is being presented in society versus anything. And I'm gonna land with that.
Now, do you feel like it? Yeah.
Chef Tom, my fault. You next.
No, go ahead. What were you talking about? I was just
what's the question, Dirk?
Yeah, what's the question?
She answered it. We can go to the next one. We don't really need the men one. We don't need the men opinion.
Oh, you didn't want the men on that? I was gonna say it's not so much the it's not when women say things like that, that's them being fed some feminine shit, and when men say some shit like that, that's them paying attention to this fucking red versus blue pill online shit. It's not no war. The same amount of shit that's happening to women is happening to motherfucking men. However, women's species are the most vulnerable species on the earth. That doesn't negate the fact that, you feel me, some women can fuck some men up. All right, whatever. We're saying that it's happening to both of y'all. The real question is these animals. They don't have, you feel me, the rights and to speak up for themselves. with the disrespect and the bestiality and stuff that's happening to them. You feel me? They can't speak up for themselves. So that is the real, you feel me, question that should be asked. However,
What? The motherfucking pets?
yeah, who's gonna speak up for the animals, man?
Nigga, stop feeding that motherfucker. I mean, nobody's speaking up for him. Listen, stop going
That's
to
the
the store.
problem. That's the problem.
Stop.
His question, did you hear his question initially?
No, I ain't hear it.
It was I forgot, but it was like who's.
It was, why do women feel like they're more likely to be assaulted or whatever versus a man?
Okay. All right, I get it. All right. Now I don't really know the answer, but we kind of really touched bases on it already.
Exactly. I'm gonna go to a commercial right quick, and when we come back, I'm gonna give them what I got for y'all. Peace to my flight family. First time flyers, what up? What up? I know everybody. Everybody has a story, a question, conversation they've been avoiding. If you know them, send them over here. This is the place where real talk happens. If you got something to say, someone you need to say it to, or a truth, or you finally needed land, I want you on the show, man. Apply here. Or you already know what to do. Comment ready to land. Somebody will get back to you. Land your plane.
You lied to me. You promised me that you would never ever switch sides on me. Honestly, I respect modesty, and I might have to take it as comedy. Always quality, no quantity. Cut your sleeve, I don't want no apologies, cause it don't mean nothing without honesty. Honestly, you try to be, it wasn't that, I ain't not fighting me. All I really want is vibes and peace and fire to ride with me, there's no I in team. I am who I say I am the anomaly. Cockily, rejected your drama league. Constantly, you asking me if I could leave, and them the streets or the sheets. I know she a freak, I'm call her baby E.T. I wanna stay, but I gotta leave. I wanna stay, but I gotta leave. You lied to me. You promised me that you would never ever switch sides on me. Honestly.
Welcome back. How y'all feeling out there? Y'all all right?
Good.
Yep. Check.
All right, man. We done went to betrayal. We done went to girls versus guys. Now, let's go to Mississippi, man. Y'all ready?
Ready.
Let's see what they talking about in Mississippi, man.
Stop. Black Americans are being hunted and murdered in Mississippi. I'm going to say that again because it's horrifying, and the mainstream media is too busy allowing the Trump administration to dominate the news cycle, lying about the economy, downplaying the war, ignoring the health outbreaks and the upcoming healthcare cuts, to take even a moment to talk about the Black people being targeted for death in the state of Mississippi. And before you say I'm being hyperbolic about this, if we had this many unexplainable deaths of white children happening in one state, you know the media would be losing their collective minds. One beautiful white girl was killed by an undocumented immigrant, and the Republican Party ran their entire election and then wrote an aggressive immigration bill in her name. But we are watching Black person after Black person after Black person lose their lives under unexplained circumstances, many of them being found strung up in trees, and no foul play is being called by the police or the medical examiner or any investigative reporters. I need you to stay with me on this because I understand this is very uncomfortable, but it is essential that we understand what is really happening, especially if you look like me or you live in the South or you have a family member or you yourself are in law enforcement. When someone Black ends up hung for no discernible reason, in questionable circumstances, with no indication the victim was suicidal, that's what's called lynching. But when this happens in a state that refused to pass a standalone anti-lynching bill in 2026, the state that didn't ratify the 13th Amendment formally abolishing slavery until 1995, 130 years after it was passed by Congress, and didn't even make it official until 2013 because of a clerical error, when this kind of thing happens in the state that recorded more lynchings than any U.S. state between 1882 and 1968, with at least 581 documented racial terror killings, the only state that banned Sesame Street because they didn't like white and Black children being shown playing together, then you start to see a pattern and a major problem. The adults in charge of Mississippi seem determined to keep their generations of hate and division going strong, and people are dying because of it. We have endless media discussion and laws and attention paid to the 14 trans people who might want to play college sports in America. We have multiple made-up think pieces about the unacceptable rise of non-existent communism. But 10 Black people found hanging from trees in one state isn't a cause for concern? Why? We know why. And to be clear, it looks like at least 13 Black people have been found hanging from trees in this country since September 2024, most of them declared self-inflicted by authorities. But the Black community has been determined to point out that Black people do not hang themselves from trees, that historically, that is something that has been done to them.
Yeah, I want to go first.
I got you. What's your thoughts? Lots to unpack. Go ahead, jump out.
No. It's not lots to unpack. Okay, it's very fucking simple. Why are the Black people still living there? Why?
Good question.
Why the fuck are you still living there? You want to die, so you obviously you signed this shit. They don't want you there. At all the states in the world, as she said, this is the only one that's getting the most hanging. Well, leave. Leave. Or stay. It's up to you. I'm pretty sure you're not going to win. You're going to be number 14. Yeah, just leave. Real simple. Get up out of there. Because all that shit that she preaching like she's trying to save Black people and she's pro-Black. Yeah, listen, thank you, white lady. But, yeah, no. No. Fucking, if you want to help somebody out, then give them a fucking ticket and get their asses the fuck out of there. You want to relocate people? Relocate them then, since you care so much. Go count the rest of them, the rest of the 6 or 7 people that's still living there, and get their asses up out of there on a bus or a plane as fast as possible.
Why
Y'all can have
they don't want to leave?
Then good. Then you know what? 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19 gonna be right there on that goddamn tree. That's what's gonna happen. Because no one's saving them, obviously. And they can't fight because obviously they keep losing. They're getting their ass whooped and thrown up on the tree. Leave. It's not a fighting state. They can't win. When's the last time a professional boxer came up out of there? Yeah, nah, that's their fault. They got a choice. They ain't stupid. That's on them. They know exactly what's going on there. Leave. That's it. Real simple.
Respectfully, that's your thoughts.
Yes. For the rest of the fucking 8 people that's there, yes.
Reese Moolah, what's your thought?
My thoughts on the video was, again, I think that Mississippi is one of the most toughest states, and I really didn't know that there was an error in ending slavery there until I just watched that. So that's some news to me. But I do know that Mississippi is one of the states that has always been more racial than anything. But again, I don't think that people should have to leave their homes because other people's actions. I feel like that what can we do to protect those people? and making her little video. I'm sorry, I know you wanted to get it out and you want people to be heard of what's going on, but what can you do to protect them? You making a video is not going to protect them. It might put it out there, but I actually remember me reading the article about the little 16-year-old boy that they said hung himself in the tree in Mississippi. And I was just thinking, like, how do you hang yourself in a tree? There was nothing underneath him that he could have stood on to put himself in a noose, quote unquote, and then kick it out to hang himself. There was nothing there. So obviously, he obviously didn't hang himself. And that just shows the corruption in the government, which includes police officers, detectives, everything. So my biggest thing is, what can you do to protect these people?
Get a ticket, first class, out of there.
I'm not disagreeing that they should leave if that's the way the state is ran, but I also believe that they should not have to uproot their life and lose everything that they have if they choose to stay there. That's not the problem. The problem is the people that are there. So how do you protect these people and make it a place that is safe for them to continue to live?
You know what? Every day the world is changing, you know? And when they put 13 people up on a tree, the world is still staying still there. They got to relocate where they ain't putting people on trees. You got a better chance of surviving a damn gun than a fucking tree. It took 3 niggas to hang them niggas up, probably. At least you know the beef you got if you come this way.
So do you think racism doesn't exist anywhere else?
Nah, shit. Racism's everywhere, but you know when you feel like you're outnumbered, it's more heavier, and I would feel more in danger if I was in a state where it's heavy in racism and you're outnumbered. I wouldn't feel safe. I wouldn't feel safe.
So do you not think you're outnumbered by the government anywhere you live?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, but I feel safer here than Mississippi. I tell you that.
Oh, I agree.
Shit. You know, like how many is left? They need how many people's left there? How many more they got to go? Because by the time they clear them out, they're gonna be good.
Respectfully. Dirt, what's your thoughts on the video?
I feel like, man, listen.
I'll tell you this. Hold on, I'm sorry, Dirt. And I want to say, I love you, my brother. You wouldn't have made it there. Oh, buddy, you would be gone. Reese be coming right back to here telling us what happened. You would be gone.
Stupid. Shut up.
They would have got this nigga. They would have got him. They would have got him. Dirt would have fought. He would have fought. But they would have got you, my boy. I'm telling you right now. Listen, Reese would have caught. They got him. They got him. They got him. Not my boy. Not my boy.
He's retarded.
He's stupid.
Oh, they would have got him. Oh, man. I'm glad you're here, though. You feel me? Because you got a better chance here. All right, my bad. Go ahead.
La tienen.
This is what they would have been saying if they're going to say this about you.
La tienen.
La tienen.
La tienen.
La tienen.
Yo, Dirt. Hold on, play real quick. Hold on, say it again, Dirt.
La tienen.
La tienen.
La tiene.
What the fuck does that mean? You have her? Oh.
No, my bad.
Lo tienen.
Lo tiene.
No tienen.
Lo tiene. Lo tiene.
No tienen.
They
Tiene
got
or
him.
tienen.
What
Lo
the fuck does
tiene.
I gotta ask her what it means when you come back.
They got him.
Got him. Oh man.
That's what she gonna be saying to me when they call, yo, Lo tiene. Soon as I get the call from your mamacita.
Yeah, I know. Hey.
Lo tiene. Lo tiene.
That's all right. We got translators over here. Oh, crazy. All right, answer the question, fucker.
All right, no. No, on a serious note. On a serious note, obviously people being killed is something that we don't want to go on. You know what I mean? I'm happy she did the video, but however, at the same time, I mean, you need to go protest. I don't know. Video, I don't know if she's trying to set up a protest. I don't really get the point of it. Are you trying to go viral? Are you trying to get some views? You trying to get some likes? I mean, are you just trying to spread awareness? Because to me personally, you know, and I don't even like race, but at the same time, I feel like why nobody African has made a video about it? Why the family?
They left?
They left. Leaving might seem like the solution, but however, if hate can travel,
yeah.
why you think you're gonna just get on the bus or the plane? Nigga, they don't stop they get on the bus and the plane too, and they'll go wherever you at if they coming to get you. You know what I mean? So it don't matter. You know, you think, oh, I'm gonna leave Mississippi, I'm gonna go to Puerto Rico. No, it ain't that simple. They can go to Puerto Rico too. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Benaki, they'll be there. So, you know,
he just wants all types of smoke. She's not even in here right now.
I'm not
even in here. I know, buddy.
Yo no sabe. Yo no sabe.
No,
Yo no sabe.
no, stop it. I don't even know what none of that shit means.
That's what that means.
None of that means.
That's what that means. I don't know.
What the fuck? Come over here and translate. Because he's trying to speak Spanish.
He's speaking it clearly.
Lo siento.
He's speaking a piquito, papi, just a little bit.
Lo siento, I'm sorry, or forgive me.
Okay. What is got you? They got him.
Los Tina.
Los tiene. Yeah, because that's what Mississippi did. If he goes there, if he ever went to Mississippi, he wouldn't make it back. Reese will come back without him.
She'd come back and go, they got him. Hey.
That's funny. That's fucking funny.
Hey, look, you have to forget about the guy. Hey, he's going over here.
He's going over here.
Yeah.
I ain't get to even answer. Oh, you got it. You know what?
See if we can hear you with all minus all the background. Because if it's background, you already know.
Yeah, my bad. I just want to tell you though, real life though, it's sad, and I think that we need more people who are affected by the things to report them, because it seems more genuine than an outsider. It seems like she's just doing it for clicks and views. No offense to her, I don't know her personally. However, I think we need, if my cousin, God forbid, was hung, I'm doing the video, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? I don't need nobody else to go do the video for me. My cousin, I'm doing the video. If there's so many people that had happened to, I want people that are affected by it to be doing a video. I don't want somebody who's an outsider looking in, because it almost is like it doesn't have the same hit. It doesn't hit the same weight for me, and I'll land with that.
Respectfully, Jem, can we hear you? Oh no, all right, got you. Respectfully. All right, my question for y'all. Oh, my thoughts on the video. Yeah, I agree with Chef Tone. He said he said something not the get up and move part, but the fact, damn, he said, I should have wrote it down. He said something that, oh no, I think Dirt, you just said it too. Not sure what her angle is. And then I think Chef Tone said like if all of this is happening, why nobody else spoke up? You feel me? This is it my question that I asked myself from watching the video, is this politics? Because there's families out there grieving, you feel me, over their children. Some, brothers, sisters, nieces, and nephews. They're grieving over their children, still wanting evidence and answers. So, and we've seen this time after time that people use this as their campaign. You feel me? To catapult them, like it's all we was talking earlier, but is she coming from a real genuine joint, or is this content at the end of the day? That's for me looking at the video. That's why I question. We understand it's real. It's a real thing. We don't want that on nobody. White, black, purple, yellow, green, nobody. Nobody deserves injustice. You dig? However, is she the only? I don't know. I don't think she's the only one. I've seen the video. You feel me? I don't think she's the only one talking about it. You feel me? And that's one of them things that we only believe it if a white person says it, type shit. So I don't know. But my question to y'all is, how do we prove that a structure is actually creating an unequal outcome instead of simply assuming it? We're gonna start with Reef. Moolah.
How do you think what? A structure?
Yeah, structure, a system, something that they, you feel me? How do we
You're asking how a
create,
structure is creating it?
yeah, how is it creating an unequal outcome instead of us simply assuming it? How do we prove that? How do we prove that? How do we see that? Or how do we show that people instead of saying, that's they're corrupt over there. Instead of pointing the finger, how do we prove it more? Because a lot of people just go based off of what they see online, and they may run with that narrative without doing their own research or knowing any of the facts. They just, sometimes social media or news outlets be the first to know sometimes.
I would say that without physically going there and like finding out what is actually going on, it would be hard not to point your finger at a corrupt system, because let's be for real, we know in all aspects of life that we live in a corrupt world. That's why you're paying $12-15 for a pack of chicken. So to me, it's like, we know the root of all evil is stemming from people that are being paid large money and controlling the middle class people.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know exactly how we would, like I said, without physically going there to do your own research, and like those people that are on YouTube that go to third world countries and experience it for themselves to see what's actually going on. I feel like you would have to do some like James Bond undercover stuff and go there and actually like take footage of stuff and record stuff to prove that this truly is happening and how it's happening and what's causing it to happen. So I don't think there's necessarily another way around that without physically going there. I mean, a lot of people are gonna base things off of what they see online, and like if they come across this video, they're not gonna dive deeper into it. They're just gonna be like, oh, this is happening. And you can get lost down a rabbit hole like that, because sometimes what you see online is false information. And how do I know what this lady, like you were saying, how do you know what this lady is actually saying is the truth or not? If maybe she's doing it just for views, or maybe just doing it to get her likes up. So I feel like as a smart person, you already know that we live in an unjust world. We know that certain people were killed by police. We know that. But it took people to research things and to see things for themselves to understand what was actually truly going on. And I feel like the only way to really do that is to go there. Go there yourself and do your own research that you can have evidence of, versus somebody just seeing something online and sharing that information. Information can get twisted. It's like the telephone game. I can say something to you, and by the time it gets to the fifth person, it's all mixed and mingled into what is actually going on. And I do believe it's going on. And I just don't know what. No, I'm not going to say that. We know the cause of why it's going on. And a lot of times we fail to realize that more southern states still live in a slave world. And I think that in order to stop stuff like that, the government is going to have to be the one that pushes that, because that's who those people are looking at. I'm not very political, but I do know basic stuff. Down south states are more Republican states. Donald Trump clearly is a racial person. He's having ISIS go take out people that are illegal. And so you already know that if he's pushing this narrative, so the people that are primarily Republicans, and he's pushing a narrative of racism, or these people are outsiders, or whatever he's pushing, you already know that those people that follow him are now pushing the same thoughts that he's pushing. So we know that it's a systemic thing coming from somebody that's higher up. But if you don't want to point the finger, then you have to be the one that goes and gets the research yourself.
Exactly. The dirt.
Yes.
How do we prove that a structure is actually creating an unequal outcome instead of simply assuming it?
We would have to truthfully follow the structure at a high level. You know, when I think about myself, I made a lot of mistakes myself. You know, I can blame where I came from. I can blame all of those things, but the reality of life is that I made a mistake. So I think that that's the best way to prove that something's wrong, is when you actually follow the guidelines. You know, when we are constantly blaming other people for the things that we're in, we're not taking responsibility. And we like to say something like, all right, well, look at a person like LeBron James. He's one in a million, but he did what he had to do. He followed the structure. So the structure itself can be successful when you follow it. You know, you got all these people, you know, me, I couldn't get a job because I smoked weed at a long time, 5 years ago. I couldn't get a job. Now I have a nice job that I really do love. And part of me getting that job was me being able to pass a drug test. So could I blame back 5 years and say the system is against me because I'm smoking weed, which is an illegal thing to do? Or could I say that it was my fault? I think that's what it is. Seeing what part you played in it to get to where you're going and what you're trying to accomplish. I think it's easy to just put it on everybody else and say, yeah, these people did this, that they did. But there are people who are making it through what those people did every day. So it's about us and what we're going to, and whether or not we're going to take accountability about where can we be more conformist to what's going on, opposed to trying to be a rebel, which I know for myself was very hard. I have oppositional defiance disorder. You know what I mean? So I purposely, I have a disability essentially that makes it where I don't want to listen to people. You know what I'm saying? So I think that knowing your issues, knowing your shortcomings, knowing your flaws can hopefully be helpful. This lady, mother of Homeland, is saying, please let me on this damn podcast. I will do anything to get away. What's your email? Write your email. Write your email.
Comment ready to land it. Make sure you're not a bot.
This is a person. They gotta be. Listen to me.
Please.
Comment your email,
Respectful.
Mother Homeland. Comment your email. We'll send you the link. Get you up here because I want to hear what the fuck this person got to say because they so hype. They got.
I'm sorry, I'm not reading the comments. I can't see them. They too small.
No, she said, listen. She said, please let me get on this damn podcast. I will do anything. Listen to me. Then Sonny told him, relax.
Mother, we want you on. We want you on, man.
Yeah,
Leave that drop that email in there. We're gonna get you
your
up.
email. I'll send you the link. I'll get you. We'll get you up, man. You don't want up here tonight? I get up here tonight. We get the fucking email. I'll do the thing.
We appreciate your support. Thank you for subscribe. Matter of fact, go subscribe. Go subscribe and make sure you linked in, and definitely we're gonna get you up here, man. We appreciate it.
We don't know. We don't know.
Question was, we don't know who that is, Sonny Moore.
So that's
Chef Toe.
the nigga that think he gets chef. You know what I mean?
What up, cuz? Appreciate you. You already.
Nigga, I cook better than, you know what I'm saying?
Question was, how do we prove that a structure actually creating an unequal outcome instead of assuming it? I agree with the part that go be boots on the ground. You feel me? Identify. However, they are doing that. I think the I team, they over there, they using that as an actual, like a training program to show how they want to use brute force around the world. You feel me? So and it's coming at the cost of babies, children. You feel me? Mothers and fathers, they don't give a damn. Women, the dog, all of that. Everything that must go. Type shit. But it's patterns that we got to pay attention to. I think I said it on another show. We pay attention to patterns. And these are the things that show us that even though it's individual choice, these individual choices are a grouped event. Because we all have individual choice right after this podcast to do what we have to do as far as what we say we talking about. You feel me? That's our choice moving forward. We know what they did in the past. That was their choice. This is ours. What are we gonna do? So is I don't know. It's, to me, it's the patterns. Like I said, you pay attention to the patterns. That's how it proves that the structure itself is set up by individual people. This system does not. You feel me? The system is not there without the people. People create the system and they uphold it. They maintain it through language, law, and certain other things that, however they use it, and whatever they want, whoever they want in that damn club and whoever they want out that damn club is up to them. And this is what we're talking about: individual choices. So how do we, without assuming that they're doing, what are we doing to show that it's either mimicking or is, you feel me, not battling it, but in a way like in hip hop, I could say we don't call every verse a conspiracy. First, we do our homework, we check this shit out. You feel me? We make sure we hear a bunch of times before, and even with that, that's not the joint that gets muted. You feel me? Somebody is definitely going to check it out. They hear it, and if it's along the lines of frequency of what we talking about, that's the stuff that gets heard. We don't jump to to the conclusion already and try to say, yo, this ain't what it was. We got to hear it out first, and by hearing it out, you get to see the pattern. I don't know. I try to relate, or she ain't answered back yet.
Nah,
And
I
now
don't
she just
know.
stopped it. Now she just stopped going crazy.
She went crazy. She's good now. She's good.
Well, she got her 15 seconds of fame. Yeah, I'll end with that. Jem, you want to pop out? Oh, you can't. You good? All right. Another question I got for y'all is, and I wasn't trying to get too political, but when we talking stuff like that, is it, these are social matters. You feel me? So even, from our perspective, we not political. I'm not no party. I'm not bigger than that, but the conversation has to be had. I mean, it's happening. It is happening. It has happened. And what are we doing today? Continuing the conversation, or what type of solutions that we trying to apply. Another question I got for y'all is, how do politicians use cultural narratives to turn social beliefs into political power? We start with you, Reese.
Repeat it one more time.
How do politicians use cultural narratives to turn social beliefs into political power?
They prey on the weak. If you're weak-minded, and that's what I mean by weak. If you're weak-minded and you have a belief of something, and they know that racism is still predominant, then they capitalize on that. I'm going to push a narrative of, like I was saying before, the government's pushing the narrative of people that are here, quote unquote, illegally. And now you're having a whole team they're dedicated to go picking up these people to deport them back to their country. That all you're doing is just, and that's what I was saying before, you're just making it a bigger thing. So as the people are trying to stop it, you have the government who keeps pushing it. So weak-minded people that already have beliefs of racism, they're going to follow what they're being taught. And if the government is teaching you that these people are coming here illegally and taking your jobs and doing this and doing that, you're never going to be able to change your thinking, because that was already your thought pattern. And a lot of people are influenced by what people say and do. So if you have somebody that's up here that you're following, and that's who your leader is, and that's who your almighty, whatever you want to call him, is, and he's pushing something that you already have the belief of, and if you're a weak-minded person, you're not looking at it from another alternative. You're looking at it from what he's telling you. So I think, again, it's all about, we as a nation are the only ones that can come together to fix things that are higher up. They're going to stick to their guns and they're going to promote what they want, and they get paid the money to do so. So they don't care about the people that are down here. And honestly, do you think Trump's sitting at home worrying about who's being lynched in Mississippi? No, he's not. He's sitting at home thinking about how much more money can I make? What illegal thing can I do? And that's where we're just feeding it. That's all we're doing. We're feeding the negativity, and we're feeding the thoughts that he's promoting. And if you can't never think for yourself and think outside of, we're fucking people. At the end of the day, we are people. We're all people. We're all humans. Why does there have to be such a separation, regardless of the fact of what your skin color is? And if that's what you're promoting constantly, it's never going to change, because you have people that are up higher than you that are promoting the same thing, and you're just following the leader. And that's where politics creates such a big issue, because that's who they're looking at as their leader. That's why the voting system is in place and all this other stuff about who's right. Then you have Democratic and Republican and all this other nonsense. When all you need to do is, if you work together, you'd have a better society to live in. And you're never going to end it, because you're always going to have people that are weak-minded that are going to continue to follow. And once he promotes it, now they're promoting it. And unfortunately, it's costing our youth to follow the same footsteps of the people above them. Now, again, we can go back into the whole thing about how people are raised and what people are taught. That plays a big role in it. So if your parents are from that time era and they taught you this, this, and this, and you get older, you have a brain now to think for yourself. But you already have that thought, and you already have that knowledge of what racism is, or whatever you want to promote. You're going to continue to follow that because you're not being taught anything differently. And I just don't know how you fight against something that is just meant to tear you down as a nation. That's what they're promoting, because they want people to tear each other down. Because if everybody gets along and everybody just does cool, relax, chill, then those people no longer have power. And they don't want to lose the power that they have. And I'm gonna land with that.
Respectfully. The dirt.
What's up?
Hold on. Get to the right question. Question is, how do politicians use cultural narratives to turn social beliefs into political power?
Because by doing so, I show my purpose. What would be the purpose of having somebody over you if everybody's cool? If everything is going good, it makes me seem like there's no purpose. So I need to use a store robbery to explain why the person who you already have in charge is not doing a good job, because you could have been robbed at that store. You could have been there. They robbed everybody. You know, I use your fear, because fear is what makes people easier to control.
Yeah.
If I don't use your fear, you'll stand up to me. As long as I use your fear, I essentially create an enemy that you're fighting against. And when you're fighting against that enemy, you know what I mean? You're not going to realize I'm your enemy. You're never going to be able to see that, because you're so busy focused on this person I'm telling you is your enemy. These people who are immigrants. America was built on immigration. These people who I say are violent, but never explain to you why they're violent. These people I say to you are trying to destroy a community, but never explain to you why they're trying to destroy a community. These things, I don't have to explain these things to you. All I have to do is use your fear of those things to make it to go, well, you know what? You have an answer. I create the questions to make you think I have an answer. I create these questions in your head. So you start to believe that I have the answer, and then you put me in power, which leaves you powerless. But then I solve nothing. I get a check. I get a known check and secret check. We got lobbyists. We got all different type of things in politics. Believe me, they getting rich off of it. Off your fear. what you think is the right way to handle. You don't know how many times I talk to people and they tell me how much they hate immigrants, especially people with high pigmentation. We come from a hated culture by a group of by people who hated us, and now we're hating other people. Hate. It's like I'm walking around with a bunch of Clayton Bigsleys. It's confusing because you would have to be blind to see that the person you hating, the person that you're hating, the person that's hating you with that person also hates you. So how the fuck do we hate Pedro together when you hate Dominique? But I'm so busy hoping that I'm hoping that I can bond with you through our hatred of Pedro. You will stop hating me. Look at me. I'm good. I hate too. I hate them too. The issue is not the things the things that are being presented to you as the issues are probably not the issues. It's being presented to you to make you be scared, because when you back a person in the corner, like you said before, it's fight or flight. Or fright. And a frightening person can't make a good decision. You know how many people voted for Trump that regret it? And they voted out of fear. Because we had Joe Biden, who was fucking too peaceful. So everything that was happening made people scared. Oh shit, we got COVID because of Joe Biden. This nigga ain't create COVID. He's not a scientist. But we'll believe that. It's playing on you. The same thing with people that are these activists that we think are on our side. They're not with us. The only person that's with you is right next to you. People that are distant from you, they ain't with you. They'll come up and go eat at a white restaurant. You think the same nigga who preaching to you about hating people, you think he's rich? He's only going to go, every time he goes to town, he's only going to black restaurants. Yep, I'm only going to go to black restaurants. And this lady says, you still haven't put your email, mother of the homeland. Where's your email?
She played. Somebody played around. I don't even worry about that.
All right, yeah, you haven't put your email, so I can't send it to you. If you gave us your email, we could. But the whole thing is that it's a robot.
Yeah, somebody playing, man. Don't worry about that. We still appreciate your support, though. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Yeah.
Robot.
Yeah. But it's all a distraction. That's how magic works.
Mm-hmm.
Magic is real, but magic ain't real. Like, and the magic that I'm talking about is the one they do on stage. They distract you. From distraction is how you get tricked to think I cut this person in half. That's how you get to think that I disappear. It's a sleight of hands. They're pickpockets. We cannot think that our answer for any solution will be found in a politician, because a politician is showing you that in order to be even a politician, you have to be thinking you're better than other people. So what? Because why would you think you have a right to be in charge of other people? It's the same thing we have with police. You think you're a fucking human lie detector. No, you fucking not. That's not real. I'm a leader. Bitch, yeah, all right, well then go lead. But they can't lead because they just want money. That's all it is. They just don't want to be struggling. They want to be successful. And they can't sing, they can't rap, they can't play guitar good enough to make it. They can't shoot a ball good enough to make it. So I'll come on here and tell you these lies so you can vote for me so I can make it in that way. And then guess what? Me and my family's good. So I'm in office. I'm rich now from being in office. I made money from that. I'll finagle some deals with a factory that probably putting pollution in the air. And that way, when we die, my kids will have money and my grandkids will have money, and we'll keep setting ourselves up. But it's never to help you. No politician is here to help you. No activist is here to help you. Nobody is here to help you. You have to help your fucking self. Stop believing in these fucking people. Because if you look, everybody's flawed. And their flaws only hang heavier because of the positions of power you allowed to put them in and allowed themselves to be put into. And I'll land with that.
Drop the motherfucking mic.
He dropped that shit hard and bounced off the floor.
Oh, you bitches. Oh,
You
all
had to get
you.
you had to get a little tough at the end. And I'm gonna land with that.
Respectfully. Smooth
Is
landing.
that mic
Smooth
still
landing, my
working?
brother.
Check that mic. Make sure it's still working.
Eating that motherfucker up. Your shit still work? It's good? Mic check.
It's good. It's good. No, it's good. It's good.
Spitting fire.
Who is this?
My guy. Yo. What up, cuz?
Hello. How's everybody doing tonight?
Hello.
Brother.
Everything's going good, but my fish drowned, so I've been messed up over that, man.
What happened?
My fish had drowned.
I like that one. I like that.
We was just having a moment of silence for the fish and shit.
Yeah.
I was just gonna ask what the topic was tonight too. It's been a
Nah,
minute since I've been here.
we still in Mississippi right now. Basically, I'm gonna give my take, and then I'm gonna ask you the question, and then try to speed you up a little bit.
Guys, can we go to a really quick commercial?
All right, I got you. Yeah. We can do that. I got you.
Thank you.
No more. Go to a quick commercial, and then we'll meet you guys right back here.
This is BK.
Mike Payne.
Carly.
34 and a half.
Hot boy Shay.
Tyrell. And I play Tyrell.
And Monica.
Jay.
Asu.
Mo.
Big Prince in that series Make Some Noise.
You gon' hear me now, feel me now. I'm 10 toes, no small talk, straight to the pen.
Throughout the season, you see him going through where in the beginning he wanted to just do his music and work a regular 9 to 5, but as things continue to happen to him, he has to respond to the environments that he gets put in.
Damn. Nah, fucked up, man. Yo, my bad, bro. Where the fuck was you at anyway? I was trying to get a little bottle or something, type of weapon that even the odds, it was more than us.
A lot of people call me and was like, when they see me, I like to say I retreated, which is something people do in war all the time. They retreat to, regroup. Another word I like to use when I think about that scene. People thought I was like, punani.
Nigga, you must not know who the fuck I am, nigga. This is my city. Y'all beat his ass. Get up, bitch ass. You ain't talking niggas. Oh, right.
I had people say, you just being you. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't no bully though. I ain't no bully, but yeah, don't take me there, bro. But other than that, yeah, just I'm that nigga, and I definitely feel like I'm that nigga. You supposed to feel like that. You feel me? Yeah.
Damn, she fine as hell. What the fuck you doing with this bum ass nigga? Might well come to my section.
Nigga, I wouldn't give you the time of day if you paid for it. Like she's she's a good person at heart. I just think she's in the wrong.
Welcome back. Definitely go patronize all my patrons. Go check that out. That's called Make Some Noise. That's on I'm So Tyrell's page at YouTube. Hot 8 episodes. My guy right here on the show, Dirty. He's in there. He's featuring that little acting thing. Definitely go tap in. Yeah. D in the building. She said, yeah, you dropped the mic, man. On that mic. Respectfully. But yeah, TM. We somebody else is up there. I can't get it right quick. TM, yeah. We there's a lady talking about the question we on right now. Hold on one second. Is how do politicians use cultural narratives to turn social beliefs into political power? I'm gonna give my take, and then you get your take right after me. I don't want to. Basically, Mo said what I was gonna say verbatim. If you heard it, the only thing I would really add to that is it is politics From what I know, it's politics, man. It's all a motherfucking game. They trying to get you, like you said, working on your fears. They trying to use their magic, which is a thing. Fear can be manipulated. It's an emotion that you feel me, change. However, they're not doing nothing. They're just sampling the same song that's already in your neighborhood. Like he said, they're using that robbery as now we all can stand against the robbers. But that shit has already been happening in your hood. So politics ain't the thing that's gonna save you. You yourself is going to save you, and you are the one that's going to be the change that you see, that you represent. You feel me? I don't want to, like I said, he touched everything verbatim what I was gonna say. So that's what I'll add. I'm gonna play another video, but we could get your thoughts if you want to answer. Tia, I think you're muted.
There we go. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, but so just to make sure I'm on the same page, it's basically how the politicians use whatever they have against us or to get further gain, right? Pretty much.
Yeah, basically.
Well, in my opinion, and I'm not a political person. I just pay attention. How could you not? You got a phone, you got a tablet, you got a computer, you got a car. You know what I mean? You're gonna hear something, you're gonna see something. But what I think is, and I don't want to be harping on this too long, but in my personal opinion, I just think that they think we stupid. You know, when you're dealing with politicians who got X amount of money, hundreds of thousands, maybe millions, don't know how they got those millions, but they got them, right? I feel like it's easy to instigate. It's easy to push the boundaries and make somebody feel less than what they actually worth, you know? And has nothing to do with race, has nothing to do with color, none of that. It's if you're white, they're gonna make you feel stupid. If you're black, they're gonna make you feel stupid. If you're Spanish or something else, they definitely gonna make you feel stupid. I think it's a narrative. Just let me put it like this, right? In the easiest, simplest terms. I look at it like rappers, right? Everybody got their favorite rapper, everybody got their favorite singer, right? It's just like that. Look at Trump. What person a politician is going to put out a sneaker? Really? Really? So we know you're trying to catch votes. We know you're trying to catch the black vote or the Spanish vote or whoever you think is going to be cool for them whack ass sneakers. You know? And it's dirty tricks like that. And it don't just stop at the White House level. It goes to every wrong of politics, you know. Honestly, I think that the best thing that we could do as a people, as a nation, is just use our own thought, use our own common sense, and be like, that doesn't make sense. And the more we do that, the more we'll see that it's all bull. Like it really is. It's just like, okay, I need to win this race. I need X amount of votes. I'm gonna do whatever to get these votes. And that's how I feel. I'm gonna land my plane with that.
No, respectfully, they don't. I don't think it's so much as them actually. Hold on, Brody. No, I'm not. It's not so much the microphone because they're using the crowd as the amplifier. Really, they're trying to translate and make the crowd be the amplifier. So the microphone is just smoke and mirrors type shit. But I got another video. We're gonna watch it. Let me get y'all thoughts. And then I got a question for y'all. Y'all all right?
We're good.
We good.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
And we know that because one of the most recent deaths was Tysa Fortune, who was found hanging so high in a tree that the authorities needed a fire truck to get her down. It's pretty obvious that girl didn't do that to herself. But who did? Who would be able to do such a thing? And why did no one see anything? Because that's odd, right? Especially when we can track pretty much anyone anywhere now with those horrible flock cameras. But in this case, nothing. And when these deaths are ruled a suicide, or alternatively not foul play, No one ends up looking for the commonality between the deaths. Evidence isn't collected or compared. A pattern isn't established. If these hangings had been ruled murders or even cause of death unknown, then maybe there would be some progress in justice. But here, no, nothing. Remember, this is the same state, and in many cases, the same medical examiner who seemed incredibly cagey on the recent death of Nolan Xavier Wells, the brilliant, beautiful Black teenager who went missing and then was found dead after going out with his white friends on the 4th of July. The same white friends who came home without him, the same ones who can't get their story straight, and the same ones who one of their moms is a local judge. In fact, I think the country's preoccupation with the death of Nolan Wells is surprising to the powers that be in Mississippi, because Black people have been ending up dead in their state since forever, and things just move along, but not this one, because the world is watching this one now, and there's a lot more questions than there are answers. Mississippi needs to be on every American's radar because Black people are being murdered there, because there is no federal oversight on local law enforcement, because so far we don't even have media coverage or congressional action. As Reverend Whitfield of Gulfport, Mississippi, a very close friend of the Wells family, recently said, justice cannot thrive in the shadows. When an 18-year-old's life is lost under troubling circumstances, transparency is not a privilege to be granted. It is a public obligation. We owe Nolan Wells and his family and every citizen nothing less than a complete, impartial, and transparent investigation. Truth is the foundation on which justice stands. Every single person who ends up dead, no matter their creed, their color, their religion, whatever, deserves this kind of attention. It's just that Black people in Mississippi rarely get it, and none of us should be okay with that. There are people right now living among us who are lynching Black people. And if you know someone who is doing this, think someone might be doing this, have any information on what might be going on, then you need to speak up. And I understand that's hard in a state like Mississippi when it's often assumed that law enforcement and the justice system are complicit, but then go to the FBI. And I know the FBI is a shell of what it once was, but we cannot continue to do nothing. I would also like to remind you that in recent statewide elections, Democrats came within 3 percentage points of winning in Mississippi. Like many southern states, Mississippi is not red, it is blue suppressed, which means Mississippi is not irredeemable, but it needs our attention because this is what systemic racism looks like in practice. This is what happens when racism is built into a system brick by brick. And this is what must finally come to an end. The time has come to stop turning a blind eye. The time has come for justice.
I'll have to unpack. We got to speak up. Reese, we'll start with you. What's your thoughts?
I don't know why her voice is just pissing me off. I do agree with the fact that we need to speak up, and every person that is murdered, it all needs to be brought into light, and they do deserve justice. But for some reason, the video just keeps putting back that she's doing it not to problem solve or really figure out what the fuck's going on. She's doing it more for likes and views. And Mississippi, again, is a prominent racist state. We all hopefully know that. And I think that
whoever's viewing from, across the world, Indonesia and Australia.
Well, I mean, across the world, absolutely. They probably don't know, and nor do they care, because this might not be happening in their country. And I think that that's a problem. Besides the United States being pushed to, and again, it goes back to what Dirty was saying before, is that if we're at too much peace as a nation, they're losing. They don't want to lose that power. So what can I do to throw a wrench in there to keep you guys separated so that we continue to have the power? So the one thing that I do agree with her video, absolutely 100%, is that everybody deserves justice. regardless of the fact of who you are, you deserve justice. And the case with the boy on the boat, it's brought so much light because people are speaking up, because again, there's so many questions about it. So again, why does not everybody get those questions? And like what she was saying about Mississippi, it's the same medical examiner that is reviewing all of these lynchings that are occurring, and he's just ruling them as people are committing suicide. When obviously at that point you can see that that is not what is going on. That little girl being hung up in the tree so far up, how did you do that? Like realistically, as humans, and we have knowledge, you would know that that's not accurate. So you know that it's occurring, and what are we doing and what are we going to do to stop it from happening? And the more that we keep just pushing it down and putting the blind eye to it and not putting it into the public view and not giving these people the justice they deserve, it's going to continue to happen because, again, they're going to have that power. And they're going to trick you, and they're going to continue to control you, to keep you separated so they don't lose the power. And I'm going to land with that.
Respectfully. The Dirt, what's your thoughts? Speak up.
I just Googled it. I'm looking because I'm like, I don't even know if she's real anymore. But I see two people. I looked it up. Googled it.
I think it's her. I am political. I am political girl.
Fuck her. I'm finished to her, but fuck her.
Her voice pisses me off, I'm telling you.
I looked it up and it says that one was in August of 2026. So that's recently. Her name is Tiaja Fortune. My apologies, I messed the name up. She's a black mother of four, was found hanging from a tree behind a vacant house in Jackson, Mississippi. The Jackson police stated that active death investigation is underway, while family members have publicly questioned the circumstances and request for transparency. Then you have Vontae Trey, what's his name? Rest in peace. And Corey Zuckis, two separate hangings. Death occurred within hours of each other of 2025. 21 black student was found on campus and was found, and an unhoused white man and was found. And St. Monica's ruled both deaths as a suicide. I don't know. I feel like niggas is awkward. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't. We have to learn how to love each other. People in general.
Thanks.
I realize that as long as there's a undertone of hate, it's never going to come together. We're never going to be able to face it. I don't know if Martin Luther King said this. I think this is a quote from him. He said, "It's not just enough not to do it, but to be a witness to what's happening and not say nothing. That's just as bad." So I feel like we're so separated. You know, we're separated by so much shit in life. You know what I mean? As far as like different things that we like that separate us, where we come from, what gang affiliations, neighborhood affiliations, all of these various things that separate us. You know, he a nerd or he's cool or whatever, and really, we all part of this thing called life, which is really heavy when you think about it. In reality, we all signed up to die. You know what I mean? And we didn't really even get to sign up. We got signed up. Somebody else signed you up to die. Like, yeah. So I would hope that we can learn what's going on and we can use technology to keep each other safe. One thing she did mention that I thought was crazy is, well, it was funny. On the service announcement, I got to plug the show, right? Talking about a guy on the show who had bought weed in Michigan and drove all the way, I think, to Wyoming. I forgot where he drove to. But they was able to know what he was doing because there was cameras on the lights. I think that we should be able to know what's going on in a situation where people are being killed too. Um, it's sad. It really is that. Like I said, you don't that if there is a pigmented voice or a high millimeter voice that is also saying this, that is not getting the same weight. I almost kind of get a little bit why her doing it get weight, I guess, but it's sad because, like I said, if that's my cousin and I made a video and I only got 10 views, and she's making her video and she's getting millions, that can be hurtful too. That can be deterring. You know what I mean? So
I don't mean
I
to
just,
interrupt. Dirty, is that your mic?
what's wrong with it?
It's popping.
My mic is popping?
Yeah, it's static.
Okay, let me see. I don't know. Let me see. Maybe. Can you hear me now? Is it still popping? It still is. All right, I'm gonna land with that because I don't know. I gotta replug my stuff in. I'll land with that.
I don't hear it.
Yeah, I don't hear it. TM, jump out, pop out. What's your thoughts on the vid? Speak up.
Well,
let me know in the comment section. Do y'all hear the popping? Do y'all hear any technical sound difficulties? Let me know. Sunny Moon, let me know. Go ahead, TM.
To be honest with you, I didn't like her tone. I heard the message, but I ain't fucking with her tone. It's something, but it's like self-righteousness almost. Like I can't really get with that. But I'm about to be 40 years old, and I feel like just what Dirty was saying, it's a disconnect. It's a complete disconnect. When I was younger, I could have all kind of friends, and even today, I'm still outgoing enough to have a bunch of friends, but I'm very weary of my surroundings, who I'm talking with, who I'm around, who they around, and it shouldn't have to be like that. But the state of things today is very, 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 very shaky. People are dealing with a lot. Ever since 2020, people have been dealing with a whole lot of stuff: bills, family, responsibilities, things like that. So when you put stuff like this on top of it, the thing that's happened in Mississippi is the same shit that's happening in West Virginia. The same shit that's happening in West Virginia, and I'm a witness because it happened to me. Well, I never got hung, but I was a victim of some real harsh racism. So it's real, and you got to remember all that shit is taught. All that shit is taught. Just like when you grew up if you're black and you grew up in California in a certain hood, well, guess what you're gonna be? Not guaranteed, but it's like 95% chance you're probably gonna be gang banging with them niggas that's your homies. So to that retrospect, it's really sad to see that it took that young man to die for everybody to pay attention, right? And he's not the only one. This has been going on for years and years and years. And I think that now, with people grasping everything and seeing everything, how could you ignore it? And people like that woman, I really think she was just on the bandwagon, because a lot of people who be on the bandwagon, well, let's fight for justice. Let's fight for justice. And you really don't even know what justice really means. You don't. You see a headline and you're like, "Ooh, I'm about to talk more about that." Understandable, but unless you feel it, unless you really feel it, you don't really know. You just talking. You really just talking. But it's sad to see that that young man couldn't even go out and enjoy himself, and if he did, he was taken advantage of, and he ended up dead. And now you tell me that all his friends, his friends, don't know what's going on. Like, y'all didn't book this, y'all didn't make these calls, y'all didn't make these plans. They made plans. He just didn't know about the plans. So this thing goes down, and I really think that it needs to be talked about a whole lot more. It needs to be brought out to light a whole lot more. Like, not to be, negative or to fight, but to just shed light on it. Like, everybody does deserve justice. Everybody deserves to be free and have a good life and live life and not have to worry. But there's always going to be people with bad motives. You know, there's always going to be people with bad motives. And I'm sorry to say it, like, he's not going to be the last. He's not. Until just like Dirty was saying, until we learn how to love each other and come together as a people, not black, white, purple, who cares? We all going through the same struggles. We all trying to pay our light bill. We all trying to put gas in the tank. We all trying to make sure our kids is good. All of us. So with that, you know, I feel like it'll happen within time, but I feel like we're so like bombarded with a bunch of bullshit that it's hard for us to really focus on the things that matter. So, and with that, I'll land my plane.
Respectfully. Yeah, I wasn't trying to be wooed and wowed by her speech, because like it wasn't really her voice. It was just how she was like trying to. Because black people, we go off of vibes, and if you was to just go over the vibe of how she was speaking, What'd you say? If you go based off of the vibe of how she was speaking, she could get you. You feel me? You be like, oh yeah, nah, yeah, she's hitting some points. She's really saying everything, da da da. And it's not until the end that's where I feel like that's the angle she's really trying to come at from. She's really trying to, you feel me? Is get her a Democrat and get her her podium on. That's what it sounds like. Not that she doesn't care. And I want to say ashe to Taisha Fortune, ashe to Nolan Wells, ashe to Travion Reed, and ashe to ancestors I know and don't know. You feel me? However, just that part of the video, I wasn't wooed and wowed. It's like I said, it's not to the end to where I got to see like, all right, that's where she's really coming from. She did all of that to do this. However, yeah, I'll go on the question, then I'll go on to my other thoughts. My question for y'all, appreciate y'all thoughts, man, sharing with me. My question for y'all is,
Can I get one? Can I get one? Can I get one?
Go ahead. What's your thoughts? I ain't know you was unmuted.
Can everybody hear me? Or am I running late?
I got you. I can hear you.
Thank you. How you doing, Mr. Pender? I've been quiet long enough. I was just...
No, you good. Go ahead. I'm just checking.
Listen, man. Listen. Let's be honest. This shit has been happening before us, where at this era, we're the ones talking about it. Right? So we're now a group that, you know, like talking about it, especially. Let's stop doing that. Because no matter how much, it's called a system for a reason. And it's always going to work. It's always going to have people in our era talk about the mishaps and the misfortunes and the mistakes, and we should all come together. Yo, we're delusional. We're fucking delusional. If you think that once we pass, there's another group that talks like us. And that's how they win. You feel me? That's how they win. Because it's only a small group. Let's say Damon Derman, whatever his fucking name is, that goes in Walmart and does the thing, right? He's now banned, right? So, you know, boycott Walmart. How much you go boycott Walmart for Damon Darling? Respects to him, he's a good brother. But it's a system and it's always gonna work. We're working the system by even talking about it. They put us in this position. Don't nobody give a fuck about us. But, and it's always gonna be divided. Let's not do that. It's always gonna be divided. I don't know about your age, but I've been dealing with this for 47 years. And you know what happens when we talk amongst our people? Shut the fuck up. It ain't work for you. Get your broke ass out of here. It's so diluted. It's so fucked up. Our young ones are gonna look at us, well, not the speech, just how you do, not how you deliver the speech. It's what you wearing. It's how you coming at me. And I've seen so many videos with old heads going at the young person with knowledge. The little nigga like you disrespecting me, right? You using too much big words. I don't know what that means. The man's always gonna be out the house. We ain't nobody. We are ants to an ant, man. Let's be serious with this shit, man. And I love the notion of it. We want change. Like I said, everybody on the panel go to Walmart off of Damon Darling, whatever his name is, and protest. You know how many people gonna walk by us, including blacks, go get the same food, the same food. You know how many people talk about fruit with no seeds? Let's do this. Let's grow our own shit. It's like as soon as we do it, it stops. I seen a couple of people feeding the homeless. You know, police did not fight crime and all that crazy shit. They go to the black people and cut it off. Yeah. Nah, ain't no food for free over here. You can't even dumpster dive. The system. So I'm glad we talking about it, but we ain't doing shit to a giant, bro. We ain't doing shit. Nothing. And ain't nothing sad about it, nigga. It is what the fuck it is. Who the fuck are we to try to change something that's been going on for fucking eons? Let's not kid ourselves, man. Why can't everybody work together? It's not designed that way. Right now we got black on black crime. Guess who put that in the hood? Guess who put that in the hood? Meanwhile, behind our backs, it's not black on black crime. It's really motherfucking white motherfuckers taking us the fuck out and promoting this shit. All we can do is talk about it. That's wrong. That's wrong, man. Every day somebody passed away, somebody black kids passed away. Get out my yard. Just the old fucking lady, and they get away with this. Come on. Nolan Wells. Nolan Wells was white. And he got 3-4 black friends. See how we always turn the table? What if? But we already know what's going to happen if it's Nolan Wells is white. We know that. Nolan Wells is white. We know what's going to happen. They're all going to jail. It's designed. No questions. Fab Five. The Part 5. Them niggas. Come on, man. I land my plane with that, bro. Don't kid ourselves.
Respectfully drop the mic. Niggas is burning the mic up tonight, cat. All right, question I was gonna go into. Last question for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. How should the public respond when a family disputes the initial interpretation of death? Reese, we're gonna start with you.
You have the right to do that. And if you feel something is not right with whatever happened to your family member, you have the right to look further and get more information. And I think that that's why his case is also being more brought to light, because we're taught to settle for what they tell us. We're taught to settle that these people are professional, and if they say that, you know, it was a homicide or if it was a suicide, we're taught to accept that. But you're accepting it from the same people that are promoting it. So you have to think about that aspect of it. Everybody has the right, and everybody has the power. If you feel internally that something is not right with what somebody else is telling you happened to your family, you have the right to keep fighting for justice for that person. And so society should back you in that. And that's part of the thing that I was saying about what we were all kind of saying is, if you come together, eventually you're going to start chopping blocks down. You know, Rome wasn't built in overnight. So overnight, I just said that wrong, that it was brick by brick. So if you start brick by brick and keep knocking down bricks, they're going to have to adjust the way that they're coming at you. Yes, it's a hard thing to do, but it's not impossible. Because just like that they poison people and they trick people into following their rules and stuff, you can do the same thing. And I feel like the divide is there, and the people's mindsets that are we can't change anything. That's the exact reason why it's going to continue to go the way that it is. Because if you have the mindset that we can't change anything, then there's other people. If you're promoting that if we come together and your mindset's different, that we can make a change, then you can eventually start making that change. But it takes the people. They're not going to make the change for us because they lose the power. But it's a control thing. So if they're controlling us to say this never can be changed, then it won't be changed, because your mind is still going to be in that mindset that nothing can ever be changed. But again, if something happens to somebody that I love or my family member, I have the right. I don't give a fuck what nobody else says. I have the right, if I don't feel comfortable with what you're saying happened, I have the right to do further information. There's people that hire private investigators and a personal autopsy person. There's people that go that extent because they know that there's some funny shit going on. Now, if his family stops now, like just the whole story, if you think about it in a whole, any normal person is going to know that some funny shit happened with that kid. And if they know something funny happened with it, don't stop. You're not going to get justice if you don't fight for it. They're not going to clearly hand you justice, because they're going to they don't want to, quote unquote, put the blame on the Caucasian people that he was with. But at the end of the day, let's be for real. The same shit that you see is the same shit I see. And if I can see something's fucked up with it, then the family can see that. And I'm going to support them to get the justice that they want for their own family member. Who am I to tell them that they can't have justice? Who is anybody to tell them they can't have justice? Who's anybody to tell them that their feelings aren't valid? You know you, and you know your own family better than anybody else will know them. So you know that if your family, if you truly know that your family didn't go out and do some funny shit, and you truly think something happened to them, then people need to support that. And the more that we support each other, and the more that we stand together and keep pushing back, you're going to have to start seeing them try and go a different angle, because they're not going to be able to go the same angle that we already realized as a nation is fucked up. So society needs to support people that know some fucked up shit is going on. And if we start supporting those people, the more and more you'll start seeing the funny shit come to head. Then you can learn and figure out moves to adjust on how to deal with that. But the more that we sit back and do nothing and don't support one another, nothing is ever going to change. And I'm going to land with that.
Respectfully. So you agree with moving forward with skepticism is all right. A family can move with that?
Absolutely.
Respectfully.
I would, if I was in their position right now, I would feel skeptical. You're not going to tell me that my child or my loved one went with you and you don't know what the fuck happened to that person. That's like me taking my kids to an amusement park and one of them just disappears. I'm responsible for that person. If I'm with a group of people and we're all going to an event, I'm going to make sure everybody good. I'm not going to turn a blind eye and act like I don't know nothing to happen if somebody just disappears. He didn't just disappear like no fucking alien came down and picked him up. Like, let's be for real. We can put blinders on because that's what society wants us to do, but be for real. Why is the judge deleting shit? Because she's the mother of a Caucasian kid? So yeah, they can be skeptical. They have the right to be skeptical. And they have the right to keep pushing and pushing and pushing until they get the justice that they want and the justice they feel is right.
Fellas, any thoughts or questions for her?
You know what happens with that? Just recently, there was a dude that got hung in Henderson, around the corner by my area, and you know he's from the city or Philly, whatever the case may be. He's like, you know, they had the whole where he was, Walmart, and went to his truck. They had the whole video. They had everything, and then you know, family came down. I forgot the dude's name. He's a bald-headed dude. He wanted to fight the case, help the family, right? But what happens is it's all about money. Sadly to say, it's all about money. So when the money runs out, people in the higher places tend to move on. Well, this ain't that case. Sorry for your loss. And that usually happens to the black. Sorry for your loss. Now, you have the right to continue private investigators and all that. I agree on that. Yeah. But the truth of the story is, it's not gonna change. No justice got done for that family in Henderson. Well, not Henderson per se, but that's where he passed that. And he got hung. And he mentioned that. They said he hung himself. That's the story. And watch this. How can you, shout out to you, Reese, how can you hang yourself? You ain't got no, you know what I mean? Where he's hung at, you feel me? There was witnesses, sight. There was doubts, real shit. Names was involved, real shit. No conviction. That tends to happen a lot. That's never going to change.
But that's why I went back to the point to say, if you continue pushing because you feel there's injustice and you unite as people, you no longer need the government's money. You can do the legwork yourself.
It ain't going to matter none. Yeah. It ain't going to matter none because there's stories out there where they're going to say you got no more new information than me. I'm police.
Respectfully,
like police.
Start going to the news yourself. Respectfully, start putting that out there.
No. Yeah, it happened already. Nothing happened. Because the police is basically going to say, don't do my job for me. And they're trained to say, when
people with the mindset like you are the reason why we're continuing to go through.
Hold on. It's not me. It's not me. It's what we're dealing with. See, you want to blame me for this shit. Don't blame me for this shit. I'm giving you the news. So it's not people like me. Because, like I said, I agree with you of the family to continue going on. But when you start pushing that agenda to where you go to the police station and you're doing more than them, like their routine is to say, yes, I got you. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. They're not trained to tell you how far they in the investigation. They're not trained to tell you. Whatever news, whatever, we got you. Thank you. We'll take that in consideration. That happens more with us. So it's not people that think like me. It's people that know that no matter what, I just lost a kid. It's so many unresolved cases because they don't give a fuck. You hear what I'm trying to tell you? They don't give a fuck. That once that story's over, it's over. It's over. It's a money thing. Now they want you to look at this story. They forgot about this story. Let the family keep fighting. You're not gonna get nowhere. There's this story. Now everybody's this story. And sometimes people forget about the last three stories because now somebody else black died in the hands of what? What's supposed to be? No, it's not supposed to be that way. They don't police their own neighborhood. They police our neighborhood. Right? So we're so glued to you think people, yeah. Because at the end of the day, sister, there's no justice for us. Man. The more get rid of us, the more they're happy. Gotta deal with that shit. I'm not calling it shit, but I ain't gotta deal with that. I got 18 cases on my fucking desk that I gotta solve. You see what I'm saying? That's how it works. They make you so backed up that they can't deal with that case anymore. They'll give you a month. Now you just on their desk. It's just a piece of paper now. And that's real life. That's what we gotta deal with.
I could tell you, I can understand both of y'all points, to be honest. You know, and Nooch, to talk about what you was talking about, my dogs. Come on, Lou. Come on. Get right. Now, like I was gonna tell you, Luch, listen, I understand why you asked that question. Okay. I did a little research and I've been following the case here or there. You know, there's a bunch of shit going on, but I've been following the case here or there. But the medical examiner in Mississippi, when they supposedly, because I'm not a detective, I'm not a cop, I don't know, I'm just following the story. Supposedly, when they sent the body off, because the family did ask for a second opinion. They said, no, we want his body moved. We want an independent investigation.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when they sent the body, there was no throat and there was no lungs. Yeah. So to answer your question, that is why I agree with both of y'all. I agree with you, Miss, because you should fight for justice. We live in the greatest country in the world, but we have to fight for justice. All of us, not just white people, black people, we all got to fight. It's not given. It's not given. And I agree with you because these police officers, these detectives, these FBI agents, whoever you want to call, these motherfuckers are stacked. These motherfuckers are stacked. It's not just black people killing black people. It's everybody killing everybody in this bitch. And the more densely packed we are, the worse it gets. But there is a silver lining at the same time because you got to understand that to them, yes, you're right. It's just a piece of paper. But to that grandma, to that son, to that mother, it will never just be a piece of paper. So it's really up to them and the people they care about and the people that care about them to keep that pushing. So that's what I mean by I believe in what both of y'all are saying. But this shit is foul. It's definitely foul. 100%.
Look,
you mean to tell me that
who's
boy
more
showed
in
up
line?
with no
Who's more
love?
in line? Look. Who's more in line than the kids waking up for school? The parents telling them, "All right, watch this. Don't do that. Be mindful." Who's more? What parent is telling their kids more of? Stay away. When this happens, be quiet because you never know. What more?
I am.
What parent is? No. Color wise, and I'm not racist. Nigga, I got no money. I just want people to understand
I'm just trying
the
to answer your
separation.
question.
There's no Caucasian mother telling their kids, who just got finished listening to rap music, by the way, right? That you should not and don't and be mindful. Be, walk the other way. It's
Both of
more
us.
of us saying that. It's
I
more of us
disagree.
saying that.
I disagree right
This
there with
this
you,
the
brother. Let
reason
me
why.
finish.
This the
Let
reason
me
why.
finish.
This
Hold
the
on.
reason
Hold
why.
on.
Watch this. Hold on, hold
Hold
on.
on. Hold
Hold
on.
on, hold
Hold
on. This
on.
the
I'm gonna
reason
tell you
why. This the
now.
reason why.
Hold on.
If a Caucasian
Because
17-year-old
interrupted me.
kid
Let me
with
finish.
the
Let me
Lexus.
finish. You interrupted
No,
me
no, no.
now.
I'm not done.
You
No,
interrupted me
no,
though.
no. I'm not done. A
Okay, you
17.
interrupted me, but you're not done.
No, no. The question is still not done. You got it. Hold on. Watch this. This is for the panel. It's not just for you. Which one is telling their 18-year-old kid with the Lexus nicely, boom, boom, boom? Which parent is telling them put your seatbelt on? Be mindful. Put two hands on the wheel, because you riding in the Lexus and
I'm
you're
gonna tell you.
17 years old, and they're gonna. Which one?
I'm gonna tell you.
You look like you a drug dealer. You look like you a drug dealer. You got shades on. Anything can happen. They pull you over first. Which one? Which one gets pulled over first?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you. If you would have let me finish from the get go, I would have told it wouldn't be no question. Both of us, because I have Caucasian kids. My kids are half black and half white. So we both tell them to get out the way. It's hazardous for everybody. Everybody. But I'm more mindful because my kids are half white and half black. But to America, you're still a nigga. So be mindful. And his mama and her mama says the same thing. Says the same thing. That's what I wanted to say. And I'm gonna land with that.
The dirt.
Yeah.
How should the public respond when a family disputes the initial interpretation of death?
The public needs to be prepared for all response. We as people are not prepared for conversations, for war, for anything. We're too self-absorbed and too focused on like the bullshit.
Agreed.
We cannot right now, like that's what makes me laugh, like real life. Right now, if a war was to break out, nigga, man, come the fuck on. Like really, you got two niggas is I just watched this fuck. I just heard about this basketball player who overdosed on drugs and died. It's like niggas is jokes on every side of it. Like nigga, like you can't even sign a contract. So really, all niggas could do is just shut the fuck up and just take it. That's it. You're not prepared for war. You don't want war. Niggas is too busy being addicts, being alcoholics, being party people. That's just a joke. Nigga, like when you go to war, you like how you go and fight with somebody? Nigga, you ever seen somebody fight when they drunk? They not fighting their best.
Yeah, I seen the Drunken Master.
Yeah, that's a movie. That's a fucking movie. All right? Real life, nigga. Niggas is getting beat up. Niggas is dying and niggas don't give a fuck. Niggas want to care and talk like they care, but really niggas don't give a fuck. How many people went there to go protest? How many people gonna go there to protest? How many people? What is the protest even gonna fucking do? So just stop acting like you give a fuck and just accept the fact you really don't. You just happy to be safe. I'm happy to be fucking safe. I'm happy it didn't happen to me. I'm happy it didn't happen to my kids. No disrespect to that person but you don't give a fuck really. Nobody does. And the people who do say they give a fuck are pretending to give a fuck for views. They're pretending to give a fuck for status. They pretend to give a fuck for money. Everything but actually giving a fuck. Because if you really gave a fuck, what are you going to do about giving a fuck? What are you going to do? Look at the nigga George Zimmerman. Everybody gave a fuck about Trayvon Martin. Everybody gave a fuck. You hear a bunch of rap music. Niggas talk about somebody, they going to spin the block. You got Dirk under investigation allegedly for trying to spin the block for King Von. Why nobody spin the block for George Zimmerman?
Ain't got to. He under a bridge right now. Karma did that.
Nigga, fuck that. Nigga, fuck that bridge shit. Nigga, fuck it. Why nobody spin the block?
He ain't on the. That's why he ain't on the block.
Niggas will go kill go spin the bridge then. Niggas will go kill somebody because they killed their friend, but they won't go kill that nigga. Y'all think these kids is guilty? Nigga, fuck these kids. Go handle that. Niggas is jokes. It's all a game, nigga. It's all just to get publicity. It's just to seem like something you're not. To seem like a motherfucker who really give a fuck. What is your giving a fuck like? Where you demonstrate how much you really care at?
Yeah, we
what
can't
books
promote,
are you reading?
Get back. We can't promote.
Nigga, fuck that shit. I'm not promoting. I'm just saying it ain't gonna happen.
Nobody
ain't
It's
niggas ain't doing shit. Niggas gonna sit there, make a video, make a TikTok, keep watching the fucking news story, keep complaining. Oh man, shut the fuck up.
Please.
Keep living your fucking safe life and be happy you're safe. And pray nothing happen to you like you've been doing. Niggas don't give a fuck about each other like that. Niggas don't care. It's a fucking game. Same way politics is playing this thing. I'm telling you, these activists is playing us. These fucking newscasters is playing us. These fucking fake reporters is playing us. We all having fun. The real joke is to make sure when I wake up there's food in the refrigerator. That's what niggas care about. Niggas barely care about. You got niggas living in the fucking street. Niggas, man, come on, man. I'm nigga, like, man. Niggas don't give a. Niggas ain't doing nothing. They ain't gonna do nothing. Don't want to do nothing but just cry about it. Just like her. What's she about to go do? The lady made the fucking video. She made a video. That's the answer. That's the fucking solution. Oh, we good now. They found out who killed the nigga. We know now. No, we don't know. We not gonna know. Matter of, we might not never really find out what happened. We just gonna get something that they gonna give to us, and long as somebody gets some blame, oh, we're happy now. Somebody got blamed for it. Yay. Nigga, the nigga's dead still. The nigga's still dead. We don't know if reincarnation truly works, so it's over for that nigga. George Floyd, everybody cared about what happened to him, right? We all gave a fuck. Oh, yeah. Oh, niggas, man. Niggas is jokes, man. That's why I'm a comedian. Because niggas is fucking jokes. And I don't want niggas to go start a war, but that's the reality of life. Nigga, what are you going to do about it? You give a fuck so much. What the fuck are you going to do about it?
And
nothing,
bro, we're so out of look, bro, we're so out of whack that they like as we watch it. Here's the funny thing: as we watch it, like I used to fuck with this chick in Vegas, and she pointed out that it was more black people or more people, period, black, white, Puerto Rican, Mexican, whatever. It was more people than the police, percentage wise. number wise, right? But they move so strategically that it looks like, you feel me? It looks like we can't do nothing. We're so unorganized, bro, that we can't even go to war with them. Now, granted, there's a group, community black, you feel me, with walk style with the AKs and you know what I mean? Yeah. That's all because it's designed that way. They may do the shootout with the police, but what their focus is on protecting the community, right? Cool. The stores that's in the community. You not serving us, that's what they're really fighting for, the community. But if it goes down, right? If it goes down, we're not we can't come together that way to to position ourselves to fight against the other side, right? We're so involved of killing each other that we ain't gonna work that way. 'Cause it may happen, uh, 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 um, you shooting as alongside your the nigga you don't like, your enemy. You don't think that thought is not in each other's head where this nigga might turn on me, even though we're right, arm to arm shooting at the other side. You don't think that man, or that man don't think I got like he gonna turn on me method? That's the part right there where they win that. That's why we can never go into battle with the other side because we'll fucking lose. We're not strategic at all. We're so opposite. We're so divided. It's a shame. That's the crazy part.
Respectfully.
So
You
to
know,
want
you know
that,
what? You know who fought back? You know
yeah,
who fought back?
it's not.
The Black Panthers fought back. And when they fought back, you know the rules of the Black Panthers. You know,
That's
like
the
some of the
group.
rules of the original Crips. You know that? They couldn't even smoke a drink. Nigga, I'm telling you, shit is awkward. Like I look at this world now and I really see it. I'm really seeing it, my nigga. This is a joke.
We got infiltrated crazy from day
We
one.
didn't get
Just have you
nigga, it's
say,
us. We're our own. Your own is a book by Eric Thomas called UOU. We not infiltrated. We are our own worst enemy. You don't have to infiltrate a person that's destroying themselves. I don't have to go home. I don't have to go to your house and destroy you. Who going and my nigga? I can't blame the government for my spending. I spend too much myself. The bills be paid. I'm buying bullshit. It's easy to blame somebody else because we don't have to take accountability. Nigga, it's us. It's us. We the ones. Nigga, I see this one skit one time. It was on Saturday Night Live. Keenan Thomas, the nigga from Keenan and Kel, the fat nigga one, the fat one. Well, he ain't fat no more.
Hey, I don't mean to interrupt. I just wanted to say good night to all y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Good night.
I gotta
Good
go.
night.
Gotta get up in the morning. I got shit to do.
peace,
You feel
brother,
me?
peace,
Good
brother.
night, cousin. Good night.
I'm gonna
Good
holler
night.
at
Peace,
you.
brother.
Everybody be
Thank
safe.
you.
All
Thank you for
right.
joining.
Yeah,
Thank you for
stay,
joining.
Love.
You
stay
already know. I'm
dangerous.
gonna catch you. Hopefully, I catch you on another one.
You
Respectfully,
already.
definitely.
All
Yeah.
right, bet.
This nigga Keenan was in the Keenan. He was in the bank, right? No, he walked into the bank. It was a nigga, a white nigga, light-skinned nigga, walks in the bank first. Keenan walked behind the nigga into the bank. And the nigga,
I seen
like,
that
he
one.
looks back and he sees Keenan. He goes, nah, man. You could go. He like, oh, why you don't want to go? And he started pressing the nigga for being racist, thinking he gonna rob him. And the nigga said, are you right? Nigga end up feeling bad about the shit, getting the money out the bank, and he leaves. Then once he leave, 4 or 5 other niggas walk into the same ATM area. Keenan like, oh, what's up? What's going on? He like, yo, man, y'all could go. Now he doing all the same shit that he just had happen to them. But then them niggas really was there to rob him. So the thing is, nigga, I'm telling you, is a good example of we are our own worst enemy because we are against each other. So while we're against each other, and not working with each other and not able to work with each other, we're not able to structure ourselves in the correct way that needs to be structured. There can't be no structure because niggas don't give a fuck enough. Niggas don't. Niggas ain't educated enough. Niggas ain't trying to get educated enough. Niggas ain't trying to do the research or the studying that's needing to be the best version of themselves, to really fight some shit. Because really everything that's going against us, it takes people to stand up and fight. But who gonna fight? We got niggas that's anti-money. Nigga, you can't buy guns without money. Niggas anti-money. You can't be on the internet without money. You can't do nothing. You got niggas that the whole thing is being against everything. But when you're against everything, how could you fix anything? You're against the internet. I don't have a Facebook. I'm not on the internet. How the fuck could you solve something then? How? Well, if you're not taking advantage of everything that nigga, you Amish? Niggas is the fake black Amish now. It's a fucking man, it's disgusting. And that's why you got a lady who make a video, and where's it gonna go? Nowhere, because you know what? People still gonna be getting killed. That's the sad part. All we can do is pray for our kids, and I'll land with that.
Respectfully, man. I want to thank y'all, man, for flying out with me tonight. You at home, I want to appreciate you if you made it this far. And if you're a first-time flyer, man, I think you should like, share it, subscribe, stay tuned, man. Hit that notification button so you can stay tuned in. Definitely. Check us out tomorrow at HSA. Beat us there, don't meet us there. You already know. Reese Moolah, appreciate you. Gemini, appreciate you.
Yeah, I try to get in, bro. Love is love, man. Great show,
Yeah.
great show, always.
Appreciate you, my guy, as always.
Yo, shout out to the panel, man. Y'all have a great night.
You too.
Tonight, we travel through responsibility, lived experience, a little bit of politics, and I hope every family out there receives some social justice. Truth deserves a bigger runway than our political teams usually give it. We can respect lived experience and still demand evidence. We can challenge institutions and we can demand justice without throwing due process out the cockpit. Politics without accountability can become performance. History without context can become mythology. And individualism without understanding circumstances can become blame. We don't have to excuse me. We don't have to agree to stay in this. We don't have to agree to stay in the same conversation. We just have to be willing to check our altitude, examine our assumptions, and challenge our own turbulence so we can keep the truth in the cockpit. Because sometimes the most important part of the flight isn't who landed first. Excuse me. Is whether we all learned something before we touched down. And the conversation never has to crash just because we disagree. So protect your peace. See you next week. And thank you for flying with us on Land Your Plane podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your destination. Please remain seated until you have properly processed. Keep your mind clear until next time.
Land your plane, land your plane, land your plane.